Erming's fond, almost dangerous tone sent a chill through the sea god pavilion elders. To say he would twist off Muen's head, he actually said it out loud. No one doubted him. A limit Doulo's strength like Erming's was proof enough. If he wanted to, a pair of limit Doulos could easily overwhelm most opponents. The last time they'd been humiliated like this had been when Dubusi showed up. Were limit Doulos really so reckless now? The elders bristled, but no one dared to speak. Their eyes turned one after another to Wang Dong below. Muen raised his large hand and lifted Wang Yan up. From Erming's words, Muen had already worked out a few things. The man was Wang Dong's father, and he had likely attacked Xuanzi because of Wang Dong. If that was true, questioning Wang Yan would clear everything up. Speak. What happened? Muen's voice was icy. There was no room for gentleness. The situation with Xuanzi was critical. Wang Yan trembled, his body shaking as he tried to force the words out. He stammered, voice quavering. Elder Mu. Wang Dong talked back to Elder Xuan. Elder Xuan slapped her. Be specific. Tell me exactly how it all happened. Muen pressed. Wang Yan swallowed and related the entire incident, not just to Muen but aloud for everyone to hear. The more Muen listened, the more his head throbbed. Xuanzi, you troublemaker, did you never stop causing trouble? You deserved punishment. What did Wang Dong say that was wrong? What part of it justified this? Yan Xiaojie and the others frowned deeply. This time, Elder Xuan's behavior was truly outrageous. Muen set Wang Yan down and turned to Da Ming with a respectful tone. Sir, this matter is Shrek's fault. Whatever compensation you request, we will accept it. He felt exhausted. They could not afford to provoke these people, certainly not when two limit Doulos were involved. Could Shrek truly afford that fight? Not now. He had to hold back. As long as Yu Hao and the others grew stronger, they could survive. Da Ming only gave a cold laugh and remained silent. Muen forced a smile and looked down at Wang Dong. Donger, let Xuanzi go. This was his mistake. You're also part of the academy. Where possible, let someone off, Donger. Muen's words sounded like persuasion, but the underlying meaning was clear. You're from Shrek. Do not refuse to forgive Xuanzi. Wang Dong, obedient, nodded repeatedly. Second Dad, stop hitting him. It's enough. Erming shoved Xuanzi aside and collected the spirit bones from the severed arm and leg. With those gone, Xuanzi had been stripped of his spirit bones and had fallen below rank 98. Seeing Erming stop, Muen finally let out a short breath. The relief washed over him. It was good Xuanzi wasn't dead. If the spirit bones had been taken, so be it. Consider it compensation. For Xiaoling's sake, I won't kill him this time, Erming said sharply as he returned to Da Ming's side. If your Shrek does this again, I won't hesitate to make Shrek disappear. Muen nodded helplessly, feeling another emotion stir. If these two could be persuaded to join Shrek, the school's prestige would skyrocket. The key to that possibility was Wang Dong. From now on, he would have to treat her well. Donger, if you're mistreated again, come straight back. Second Dad will help you get revenge, Erming said, looking at Wang Dong with an odd tenderness. He felt like going back and slapping Xuanzi himself. Second Dad, don't worry, I'll be fine, Wang Dong called down. Only then did Da Ming and Erming seem satisfied. If Donger suffers more grievances, I will rip every one of your heads off, Erming threatened fiercely, not at all caring what Muen thought. Muen could only nod. Now that he knew Wang Dong's identity, who would dare resist? Yan Xiaojie and the others nodded in stilted agreement as well, lacking any courage to refuse. Below, Zhuang Yusin had been busy tending to Xuanzi. For the first time, he felt truly useful. He worked constantly on healing him. Xuanzi had come to consciousness, but a full recovery would take months. Heh, Muen, since those two matters are settled, it's our turn. Jing Hongchen raised his hand. Immediately, the stationary spirit tools on the spirit tool aircraft switched to a firing state. Muen and the others looked over. Jing Hongchen smiled coldly and then lowered his hand. Instantly, a rank 8 stationary spirit tool shell blasted out. A deafening explosion shook the air near Shrek. A sizable mushroom cloud billowed up. The elder's eyes widened. Before anyone could react, Jing Hongchen called out, Muen, hand over the things you stole, or else I can't guarantee anything. He raised his hand again as he spoke, a blatant threat. The power of a single stationary spirit tool shell was something even they, as titled Douluos, had to respect. The area that had been hit was now rubble. Those struck down were Shrek members. If they were dead, they were dead. Jing Hongchen's point was clear. The Sun Moon Empire's property was not to be taken lightly. Mu'en swallowed his fury. Jing Hongchen, be specific, he barked inwardly. He couldn't fight the limit Douluos, but maybe he could handle these guys. Yet the prospect of further mindless firing frightened him. If he miscalculated, Shrek could be annihilated. He had to hold his ground carefully. With Jing Hongchen and Kong Deming covering us, Jing Hongchen sneered to those watching, "We can stall you. Fire again if you like. At worst, you'll get some injuries while your Shrek is destroyed." His gaze stayed fixed on Mu'en as another threat hung in the air. That first shell had been a warning. Now that Xuanzi had been knocked down in rank, Jing Hongchen had no fear of future retaliation. Mu'en forced himself to steady his voice and turned to Yan Xiaojie. "Xiaojie, go deal with the explosion site." Yan Xiaojie opened his mouth but met Mu'en's hard glare and did as ordered. Da Ming and Ming did not leave. They stood aside and watched with satisfaction. The attack had been well executed. Mu'en faced Jing Hongchen. "Jing Hongchen, say plainly, what did Xuanzi steal from you?" Jing Hongchen laughed, amused at the question. "You don't know what he stole," he mocked. Without hesitation, he readied the spirit tool cannon to fire again. Mu'en hurriedly shouted, "Wait!" Then, after a beat, he added, "Bring Xuanzi up." Jing Hongchen hesitated, curious. The standoff had suddenly turned interesting. At worst, he could fire and then leave. For the moment, he held his hand back. Xuanzi's right hand was broken from striking Wang Dong. His left leg was broken because Ming had accidentally stepped on it. His face was terribly swollen. Even after treatment from the Life Douluo, there was little improvement. The bleeding in his leg and hand had stopped, but Ming's violent soul power was still eating away at his severed limbs and battered face. He wouldn't fully recover until that influence was removed. Xuanzi had lost 2 spirit bones and his soul power had plunged to rank 94, a fall of 4 levels. Seeing Xuanzi like that stabbed at Mu'en, this was his successor. How could he not be distraught? His own years were limited, and now this had happened. He felt worn out and helpless. Xuanzi was brought forward. He was conscious but had trouble speaking. "Xuanzi, what did you steal?" Mu'en asked directly. No, steal," Xuanzi stammered. "What did you steal?" Mu'en demanded again. Xuanzi tried to answer, steal, but was cut off by Jing Hongchen from the side. "Mu'en, stop acting." Jing Hongchen waved to Elder Ma. "Tell those hypocrites from Shrek loudly." With the backing of the 2 behind him, Elder Ma spoke without hesitation. The soul beast embryo worth 150 million, was snatched from my hands by Xuanzi. "Xuanzi, I remember what you said. Is my Shrek so easy to mock?" The words soul beast embryo made those below, Wang Dong among them, startle. No wonder Elder Xuan had been late. No wonder when Wang Dong confronted him, Xuanzi had only slapped her. He'd taken something valuable, so his mood had been good instead of angry. Wang Yan, who had been suspicious, now felt convinced it had been Xuanzi. If Shrek had finished last, ridicule would be expected. If Xuanzi had said those words, then it all fit. The Shrek students became more sure that Xuanzi was guilty. After all, his behavior had been odd. Xuanzi was completely bewildered. Soul beast embryo. When did I snatch that? Slander. He mouthed unintelligible sounds. His lips were swollen. His tongue nearly split. Several teeth were gone. What could he do but make inarticulate noises? Hallmaster, look, Xuanzi has already admitted it. He's not even defending himself. Elder Ma said triumphantly. Xuanzi's eyes widened in panic. Jing Hongchen sneered. Mu'en, the matter is clear now. Hand the item over. He raised his hand threateningly. If Mu'en refused, he would strike. He hadn't come just to posture. Xuanzi, what on earth happened? Mu'en demanded angrily, on the verge of losing his temper. Seeing Xuanzi unable to speak, Mu'en sent a voice transmission. Explain by voice transmission. Xuanzi immediately used voice transmission to insist he hadn't stolen anything. Xuanzi says he didn't snatch your things. Jing Hongchen, stop being unreasonable. Mu'en shot back. Jing Hongchen wasn't fooled. He glanced behind him, then another Class 8 spirit cannon fired. Boom, another mushroom cloud soared up. You expect me to believe a voice transmission? Ridiculous. Mu'en, if you want to fight, then let's fight. Jing Hongchen's tone was cold and unafraid. Mu'en's face darkened. He believed Xuanzi. If Xuanzi said he didn't do it, Muen trusted him. But Jing Hongqin's certainty, the detail of Elder Ma's accusation, and the way the other side acted all made it look like they truly believed Shrek had taken the embryo. Muen cursed inwardly and wondered who actually did it, but with Elder Ma standing there, he couldn't press the question. Shrek, do you really take us for fools? Jing Hongqin spat. Is Xuanzi's spirit, the Tao Ti divine bull, something anyone can imitate? He even released his spirit at the time. Muen, oh Muen, since things have come to this, fight. All stationary spirit tool shells, fire! Jing Hongqin stopped arguing. Even if he couldn't recover the 150 million now, he wasn't going to make things easy for Shrek. He and Kong Deming, both titled Douluo, released their strength. Muen was shaken and shouted, "Wait, hold on." His shout brought the tense scene to a temporary halt, but it was already too late. 3 more Class 8 stationary spirit tool shells had been fired. Boom, boom, boom. Muen, hand the item over. Jing Hongqin again demanded. Muen's expression hardened. The Sea God Pavilion elders looked grim. The other side had no scruples, and they'd already bombarded Shrek. Muen looked at Xuanzi, then at the cratered ground, and finally sighed heavily. We will compensate. What do you want? Xuanzi's eyes flew open, and he repeatedly sent desperate transmissions to Elder Mu, but Muen only replied aloud, Do you really think Jing Hongqin doesn't know you didn't do it? In fact, Jing Hongqin and Kong Deming weren't fools. Elder Ma's accusation had holes, but they'd convinced themselves. Muen, however, was trapped by his own imagination, fear of what could happen if they didn't comply. Heh, so you're admitting it? Jing Hongqin said with a sneer. Hand over the item, and then compensate us with another 150 million gold coins. The item is gone. Say how much compensation you want. Muen wanted no more entanglement. Heh! One of Xuanzi's arms plus 500 million gold coins. Jing Hongqin smiled faintly. Impossible. Muen's voice was cold. He knew cutting off another of Xuanzi's arms would cause the boy to fall from his titled Douluo rank. 1 billion gold coins. Jing Hongqin's tone dropped. He said no more as he casually walked to a stationary spirit tool and turned it to aim at Shrek Academy below. Chapter 83. Still thinking about the ultimate solo plan? Dream on. Jing Hongqin's actions genuinely startled Muen. The man hadn't come to negotiate. This was plain robbery. Muen had thought Jing was someone of standing, but now it was clear he was a brazen bandit. Cannons were fired casually, spirit tools were used like trash, and they provoked fights at the slightest provocation. Muen drew a long, bitter breath. There was nowhere to put the humiliation he felt. Elder Mu, 1 billion gold coins is too much, Zhuang Yusin complained. That money was impossible to scrape together easily. Muen sighed. Do you want to offer Xuanzi's arm as repayment? 1 billion it is then. Remember this humiliation, Jing Hongqin declared coldly. One day you'll pay me back. Muen looked down at the Shrek group, forcing them to remember this disgrace. They weren't fools. They all saw the mess had been caused by Xuanzi. What did this have to do with them? Still, they felt loyal to Shrek and made no show of defiance. Muen, you have 1 hour to raise the money. If you don't, my spirit tools may simply stop obeying, Jing Hongqin threatened openly. Behind Kong Deming, a full moon glowed faintly, a light wrapped in waves of killing intent. Go and gather the money, Muen said, his voice stripped of energy. Zhuang Yusin reluctantly led Xuanzi away to rest. What else could be done? Xuanzi had suffered enough humiliation already. First Dubusi, then the evil Soul Masters, and now Jing Hongqin and the Sun Moon Empire. With Xuanzi escorted away and Zhuang Yusin gone to collect funds, Muen turned his attention back to Jing Hongqin and Kong Deming. Jing Hongqin, let's consider this matter closed, he said, softening his tone. Jing Hongqin sneered inwardly. Seeing Muen like this, he remembered a message Xiao Hongqin had sent. What? Your Shrek still wants to cooperate with us? He mocked. Muen nodded once. Heh, I think we could start an exchange program, Muen said. Your spirit tool development is advanced. Our spirit cultivation is mature. It would be perfect for mutual learning, for the better development of the students. Muen had meant to propose this later, but since circumstances had brought them together now, he went for it, trying to make Shrek look generous, magnanimous, even after being bullied. Deming and Erming nearby couldn't help admiring Muen, struck down and humiliated, and yet still calm enough to talk of cooperation. Truly the leader of a major academy, they thought. Jing Hongchen hadn't expected Muen to be so measured. Heh, Muen, you really are a schemer, he said, sneering. Your spirit tools are doing well, and now Shrek wants to learn. Learn the foreigners' tricks to control them. Is that it? Muen remained outwardly genial, as if ignoring Jing's barbs. It's just for the students' growth, he repeated. Jing Hongchen laughed then, loud, arrogant, scornful. The quiet around them made his laughter ring even harsher, full of contempt for Shrek. Sanctimonious hypocrites, he thought, talking lofty ideals while doing dirty work behind closed doors. How could such a place claim to be the continent's top academy? Had the spirit hall of 10,000 years ago been fools to lose to a bunch of hypocrites like this? Muen stared, dumbfounded. Was his suggestion really so laughable? He couldn't tell, but to Jing it was hilarious. Kong Deming, curious, leaned in. Muen, I thought the title of Dragon God Doulo suited you. But now it seems you, Muen, are just a hypocrite, Jing continued. Does your Shrek think the whole continent is dumb? For the students' development, give me a break, you ancient relic. He spat insults directly, then turned his gaze cold. Xuanzi is a dog who acts but won't take responsibility, and you, Muen, are no good either. Muen, oh Muen, your ultimate single soldier project must be doing wonders, huh? The moment Jing Hongchen uttered the 6 words, ultimate single soldier project, every Shrek member who knew the secret froze. Muen's expression crumpled, his face went green and purple. For a heartbeat, he simply stood there, stunned. How did Jing Hongchen know about the ultimate single soldier project? Shrek had a mole. Muen's eyes swept across the few who knew the truth. Each face mirrored shock and confusion. Which step had leaked? Which one of them had failed? Ha! Jing mocked. Muen, wipe that ugly look off your face. I, Jing Hongchen, swear, as long as I'm here, none of your Shrek people will set foot in our Spirit Tool Academy. The Sun Moon Empire will have nothing to do with hypocrites like you. Keep your ultimate single soldier project and try to run it within your own Shrek. He snorted contemptuously. For him, Shrek was finished. Muen was speechless. The plan, exposed before it even started, was now in jeopardy. How could he refute what Jing said? It was true, and he had no proof to deny it. Time had run out for Shrek to wait for a new generation capable of shouldering their burdens. The Sun Moon Empire had advanced too rapidly. The weight of responsibility pressed on Muen's shoulders so heavily his back seemed to sag further. He hadn't wanted things to come to this, but he had no choice. Jing Hongchen's gaze swept toward a figure below wearing a headscarf. That person had to be the former crown prince, Xu He, now with Shrek, a traitor to his country in Jing's eyes and one who truly deserves to die. He K2, Xu He, the former crown prince, stood below. He felt Jing Hongchen's gaze and dared not look up. He slipped instinctively behind Bebe. No one knew his true identity here. He could not be exposed. Bebe noticed his odd behavior, but didn't press it. Above them, the 3 sides were at an awkward stalemate. Muen hovered in the air and said nothing. Daming and Erming simply watched the scene unfold, Erming silently hoping the others would shred Shrek. Jing Hongchen likewise made no move. He waited for his spoils. After a long moment, Zhuang Yusin finally returned with the money. Muen tossed it straight to Jing Hongchen, clearly wanting the business wrapped up and the other party gone. Jing Hongchen took the card and handed it to Elder Ma. Check it. I don't trust these hypocrites, he said. Elder Ma accepted the card and produced a device to inspect it. After a moment, he smiled. Hallmaster, 1 billion gold coins. Every single one is here. Jing Hongchen nodded. Heh, I must thank Shrek for the gift. He added lightly, next time you want to give money to our Sun Moon Empire, there's no need for tricks. Just hand it over directly. We'll be even happier. He was cheerful as the Soul Tool airship swung its bow and headed for the Sun Moon Empire, but his expression went cold as it turned. He fixed his gaze on the ground beneath them. Shuhei, you traitor! I hope you can live a few more years in Shrek, he said icily, then left without another look. At the mention of Shuhei, Muen and Qianduoduo's faces went dark. How had Jing Hongchen learned of Shuhei? They had hidden him carefully. Where had the leak been? Below, Shuhei's heart dropped the instant he heard Jing Hongchen's voice. So I've been exposed, damn it. I've already come to Shrek, and now you won't let me be. He raged inwardly. He only wanted to survive. Was that so wrong? But he reminded himself he had volunteered for the ultimate single-soldier project. If he had wanted to live quietly, he would never have signed up for such a reckless plan. Choices have consequences, some better, some worse. If he had kept a lower profile, things might not have come to this. Jing Hongqin's airship left Shrek territory. De Ming and Ming cast one last look at Wang Dong and then departed as well. When they were gone, the tension over Shrek finally eased. Wang Yan, send people to comfort those who were bombed, Muen ordered. Other Sea God Pavilion elders, come with me. Today had been Shrek's humiliation and a day of bewilderment for Muen. So many things had gone beyond his expectations. Plans and people had been exposed. He wanted answers. The incident had run its course. Shrek had taken the hit, while Jing Hongqin and his allies came away unscathed and profited. They had bombed several of Shrek's cities and gained 850 million gold coins, not counting the auction proceeds. It was a slap in Shrek's face. In the end, they were the victors. In Star Luo City, the Soul Master competition went on. With Shrek sidelined, the Sun Moon Empire seemed poised to take the championship. Lin Xiao had woken and was eating with Xiaolinger and the others. Xiaozi, where'd you go? You were out for a week, Vina asked with concern. Lin Xiao only smiled and shook his head. It's nothing. It worked out well. Seeing he wouldn't say more, Vina let it go and joined Xiaolinger. Elder Yu Tao glanced at him. Holy Son, when are we returning to the sect? You aren't competing or taking part in the auction. Why did you come? It's still early, Lin Xiao replied. You can return and tell teacher and the elders we're safe. He wasn't finished with his business, so he wasn't in a hurry to leave. Elder Yu Tao only nodded. He trusted the Holy Son's judgment and didn't press him. While Lin Xiao ate, old Yao's voice echoed in his mind. Xiaozi, there's a change with the Snow Empress. Find a quiet place. Lin Xiao finished his meal at once. I'll head back to the hotel. Vina, watch Linger for me. Xiaolinger paid him no mind and kept eating. Vina agreed. Lin Xiao hurried back to the hotel, locked the door, and tapped his ring. A faint mist unfurled, and two figures appeared before him. Greetings, teachers, Lin Xiao said and bowed. They waved the greeting away. Electrolux produced the God-sealing platform. Xiaozi, this thing is not easy to open, he warned. Once opened, you can either absorb her and make her a spirit ring, something like the Ice Empress, or use heaven and earth treasures to nourish her back. What are you going to do? Electrolux asked. Lin Xiao thought for a moment. Master, if I choose to nourish the Snow Empress, what resources and time would it take? Old Yao answered. The Snow Empress no longer has a body, and her soul is damaged. Fortunately, her origin remains intact. The immortal plants inside the ring can stabilize her, but she'll need ice attribute heaven and earth treasures to recover. How far she can recover, and how long it will take, we cannot say. Electrolux continued. It's difficult to estimate. Lin Xiao considered it. The requirements didn't seem impossible. He knew where to find ice element treasures. After hesitating briefly, he made his choice. Master, I want the Snow Empress to recover. I don't intend to make her my spirit ring. The two elders nodded. That decision was straightforward. Then go find ice attribute heaven and earth treasures quickly, Old Yao said. Once you bring them back, we'll open the God-sealing platform. Opening it will consume part of her origin, so we'll wait until you've secured the treasures. Lin Xiao agreed. He planned to go to the Earth Dragon Gate. The 10,000-year mysterious ice marrow there should be enough to help the Snow Empress recover. Better to take those resources himself than let Xiaolinger benefit. If he could, subduing the Earth Dragon Gate would only strengthen the body sect, and his teachers would likely approve. The elders returned to the ring carrying the Snow Empress's embryo. Inside the ring, the Ice Empress still slept. Chapter 85, Adding Fuel to the Fire for Shrek Academy. Lin Xiao got what he wanted and left the hotel to find Xiaolinger and the others. As he reached the lobby, he saw Xiaolinger and Vina talking with Xiao Hongqin and another student, but Elder Yu Tao was nowhere in sight. Lin Xiao strolled over casually. Xiao Hongqin, why are you here instead of competing? He asked. At the sight of Lin Xiao, Xiao Hongqin's face fell. Sigh. That soul beast embryo I paid 150 million for was snatched by those Shrek bastards, he said miserably. How could I be in the mood to compete? Lin Xiao couldn't help laughing inwardly. Sorry, brother. He'd make it up to you later. But then he noticed the odd glint in Xiao Hongchen's eyes. Despite the long face, there was a faint smile playing at the corner of his mouth. Cough, well, my great-grandfather robbed Shrek, Xiao Hongchen added with a laugh, sounding strangely pleased. Lin Xiao and the others stared at him. Robbed Shrek? Since when did Xiao Hongchen have the nerve to do that? In the original story, wasn't Xiao Hongchen the one who had to compensate Shrek? Now his great-grandfather had the gall to go rob them. What's going on? Tell us. If you tell it well, I'll give you more information, Lin Xiao said, grinning. That got Xiao Hongchen's attention. He filled them in on everything he knew about what had happened at Shrek. Lin Xiao listened with growing satisfaction. Shrek had it coming. Xuanzi, the so-called Supreme Elder, had been beaten by a teacher and then by Ming. If Xuanzi's spirit, the Tao Ti Divine Bull, could fall, it wasn't impossible he might become an evil soul master later. If that happened along with Ma Xiaotao and Tangya turning evil, Shrek would be nothing short of a breeding ground for evil soul masters. Lin Xiao smirked at the thought. So you not only made a profit, but also gutted Shrek in the process? Lin Xiao asked. Xiao Hongchen nodded, trying to look rueful. Yeah, but honestly, it stings. I lost my 100,000-year spirit ring, my 100,000-year spirit bone, and my second spirit. He really wanted those things, but knowing he hadn't been left worse off brightened his mood. You're already in a good position. Your spirit, the three-legged golden toad, is strong. With the right spirit tools, you'll be formidable. Your great-grandfather can hunt a 100,000-year spirit beast for you later, Lin Xiao said. True, Xiao Hongchen agreed. This time wasn't a total loss. Anything else? Lin Xiao prompted. Quick, what do you know? Xiao Hongchen pressed. He hadn't forgotten the information Lin Xiao had hinted at before. Lin's tips had been reliable. Lin Xiao smiled. 2 pieces of information, one about the Sun Moon Empire, one about Shrek. Which do you want first? Both. Only children choose one, Xiao Hongchen said with a laugh. Lin Xiao glanced at Vina standing beside Xiao Linger. This is my senior sister, he said and nodded toward her. Xiao Hongchen was surprised. He hadn't realized the young woman they'd been speaking with was Lin Xiao's senior sister. He recovered quickly. When I go to the Sun Moon Empire, I'll just give your name, he declared confidently. He had a respectable position at the Sun Moon Empire Spirit Tool Academy. His offer was sincere. Vina smiled and nodded. It seemed her junior respected her. Okay, Shrek first, Lin Xiao began. Remember that ultimate single soldier project I mentioned? There's someone named Huo Yuhao in it. Huo Yuhao has another identity. He's the illegitimate son of Dai Hao from the Star Luo Empire. Dai Hao doesn't know about him. You can use that identity to stir things up. Xiao Hongchen listened intently. Then Lin Xiao grew serious. He took out a slip of paper, wrote something down, and handed it over. Xiao Hongchen read it and immediately crumpled the paper, his face going pale. Lin Xiao, this isn't a joke, he said, taking a deep breath. He suddenly didn't want to hear more. Do I ever joke with you? Lin Xiao asked lightly. He stood and took Xiao Linger's hand. Senior sister, we should go. See you back at the sect. Before anyone could say more, he walked off with Xiao Linger. Vina didn't press him. She knew Lin Xiao had his reasons. Xiao Hongchen watched them leave, unsure whether to laugh or cry. Giving him that information? He might lose sleep over it. Knowing the Emperor's secret, could any normal person remain calm? Was Lin Xiao really setting him up like this? At the door, Lin Xiao dashed back one more time. Also, use the fact that Shrek is cultivating evil soul masters. Let that disgust them, he called. Then he left for good. Once out on the street, Xiao Linger finally asked, What did you give him? Not much, Lin Xiao said. Just that Shu Tianran of the Sun Moon Empire is a eunuch. Xiao Linger blinked. Who is Shu Tianran? The Emperor of the Sun Moon Empire, Lin Xiao replied. She went quiet for a moment. Aren't you afraid that'll scare him off? That guy's confident, Lin Xiao said. He can handle it. By the way, where did Elder Yu Tao go? I didn't see him. He had something to do and went back earlier, Xiao Linger said frankly. He told us to wait for you at the hotel, otherwise he wouldn't feel at ease. Lin Xiao nodded. He had been a step slow, but not so late as to ruin anything. Soon they reached the body sect stronghold and arranged for the assistance they needed to be dispatched back to the sect. He hoped his teacher would make it in time. Lin Xiao sent the information back urgently. The Earth Dragon Gate was in Dragon City, the northern fortress of the Heavenly Soul Empire, territory that belonged to the Heavenly Soul Empire. If he rushed there now, he'd probably arrive later than Doupo. Chapter 86, The Secret Realm of the Earth Dragon Gate. 1 month later, Lin Xiao and Xiao Linger arrived in Dragon City. Dragon City was home to 2 ancient sects, the Heavenly Dragon Gate and the Earth Dragon Gate. The Heavenly Dragon Gate was the remnant of the Blue Lightning Tyrant Dragon sect, which had been all but wiped out 10,000 years ago by that madwoman Bibi Dong. Their spirit remained the Blue Lightning Tyrant Dragon. Bibi Dong hadn't completely erased them, a decision that would prove consequential. Meanwhile, the Spirit Hall had been left with nothing. The other ancient sect was the Earth Dragon Gate, led by a sect master named Nan Shui. Their spirit was a rouge dragon with the annihilation attribute. Lin Xiao had never fully understood why the Earth Dragon Gate had been suppressed by the Heavenly Dragon Gate. Wasn't the annihilation attribute far stronger than lightning? In the end, he had to chalk it up to differences in spirit levels. 2 fire spirits could be of the same element but very different in power. One might be ultimate fire, while the other was only ordinary fire. If blue lightning was of a slightly higher level than the Rouge Dragon's annihilation, then the Heavenly Dragon's dominance made sense. If both were the same level, the outcome would be uncertain. Dressed warmly against the northern chill, Xiao Linger tugged at her thick clothing that couldn't fully hide her mature, alluring figure. They walked through the city together. Lin Xiao stretched lazily. "We're here to look for some supplies for the Snow Empress." You went to take the Snow Empress back then?" Xiao Linger was shocked. Only now did she realize what Lin Xiao had done. She drew closer, inspecting his face, his pale cheeks, clear eyes. Snow began to fall quietly, drifting onto them. For the first time, Lin Xiao met her gaze in her human form. "As long as you're okay," she said, pushing him away. "That was ages ago. I'm fine now. Come on, teacher should be waiting." Lin Xiao smiled. "If Doupo finds out, he'll beat you senseless," Xiao Linger warned, exhaling a warm breath. Lin Xiao shrugged. "He won't. I have a secret weapon." Xiao Linger finally understood that Lin Xiao wasn't alone. He had help. She remembered Xiao Hongchen's comment about things being taken by Shrek, the pieces fit together. Since Lin Xiao wouldn't say more, she could only guess. They reached Dragon City's largest restaurant, where Lin Xiao had told Doupo to wait. Doupo was already eating when they arrived. "Teacher, enjoying your meal?" Lin Xiao greeted him and sat across from him. "You brat, I've been here nearly 2 weeks. If you'd kept me waiting any longer, I'd have come looking," Doupo teased, setting down his chopsticks. "Sorry, teacher, I didn't expect Dragon City to be so far." "Have you spoken with the Earth Dragon Gate yet?" Lin Xiao asked. Doupo's expression turned serious. "I've contacted their sect master, Nan Shui. She's only a minor spirit Douluo." Compared to the body sect, the Earth Dragon Gate was indeed weak. Lin Xiao worried Doupo might bully them into joining. "You didn't force them?" he asked. "Not at all," Doupo said calmly. "I only discussed the body sect's intentions." "And?" Lin Xiao pressed. "Nan Shui doesn't seem inclined to join us," Doupo reported. "In that case, let's pay them another visit," Lin Xiao replied. He didn't care much whether they joined the body sect. What mattered was that he wanted access to their treasured grounds. If they joined, that would be a bonus. If not, it wasn't a big loss. Doupo understood. "When the time comes, remember to bring out something good," he said with a wry smile. "We won't hold back," Lin Xiao promised. "By the way, did you hear? Shrek ran into trouble recently." Lin Xiao passed the news to Doupo, who laughed uproariously. "Of course I heard. Xuanzi lost an arm and a leg. Shrek took a beating. Most satisfying. Ha! Let's go to the Earth Dragon Gate now." They soon arrived at the Earth Dragon Gate. Recognizing Doupo, the attendants escorted him straight to Nan Shui. "Sectmaster Du, we've considered your proposal. We won't be joining the body sect," Nan Shui said with a smile when she saw him. Her calm smile made the refusal seem harmless. Doupo didn't look angered. He nodded and turned his attention to Lin Xiao. "Since they won't join, shall we discuss something else?" Doupo asked. Nan Shui's smile remained, but Lin Xiao sensed her tension. Doupo continued, his tone casual and even. "We're not unreasonable. My disciple here wishes to enter your Earth Dragon Gate's secret realm to cultivate for a while. Is that possible?" Under Dubusi's pressure, Nan Shui visibly relaxed. She had heard rumors of Dubusi's brutal treatment of Xuanzi and knew no one in the Earth Dragon Gate would easily stand against him. She looked Lin Xiao over. He didn't appear very powerful, but she wasn't foolish enough to allow entry without conditions. This, Nan Shui hesitated, her meaning obvious. Dubusi inwardly thought, "Old fox," but kept his expression composed. "Sect Master Nan, please speak plainly." Chapter 87. The Snow Empress appears. The Ice Empress rejoices. Lin Xiao was not surprised by Nan Shui's attitude. In the original story, the Earth Dragon Gate had also joined the Tang sect. How many of those who joined were truly good? He had already given them a chance. It was more than enough that he had not simply wiped them out. He watched the exchange between the two in silence. Xiao Linger stood quietly at his side. Nan Shui smiled inwardly, pleased with how things were turning out. She should be grateful. Dubusi's temper had mellowed considerably. The fact that he still spoke calmly was something to give thanks for. She put on a show of hesitance and said, "Sect Master Du, it wouldn't be impossible for you to enter the Earth Dragon Gate's secret realm," she offered. "If the Earth Dragon Gate ever faces an extinction-level crisis, I ask that, at that time, you intervene once, granting us shelter in exchange for letting you in now." Dubusi only smiled. Nan Shui and the others had deliberated before making that request. When Dubusi first arrived, she'd suspected his goal wasn't just to recruit them. She'd also been thinking of how to repay him. Asking for a single intervention in a life-or-death moment was a modest request. The caller could accept it, and her sect could avoid a catastrophe. Dubusi did not answer immediately, nor did he refuse. He considered the offer for a moment. Intervening once wasn't hard if he had the will to do it. It didn't seem like a binding agreement. Finally, he said, "Wouldn't joining our body sect be better?" Nan Shui smiled politely. "I thank Sect Master Du for your concern, but our Earth Dragon Gate has no such plans." Dubusi dropped the subject. Lin Xiao's affairs were more important to him now. "Very well, then. Sect Master Nan, allow my disciple to enter that secret realm now," Dubusi added. Nan Shui, delighted that he hadn't pressed them any further, bowed slightly. "Then I thank you, Sect Master Du. If you please, follow me. I will take you there personally." They rose and, led by Nan Shui, soon reached the Earth Dragon Gate's secret realm. It was centered on a cold spring, and beneath that spring lay another hidden world. That hidden world, at the very bottom, was why Lin Xiao had come. "Senior Nan, I wish to enter the cavern beneath this cold spring," Lin Xiao said calmly, looking directly at her. Nan Shui had assumed he only wanted to use the spring. She had not expected him to aim for the cavern below. She had miscalculated. Still, she realized that the place might be inaccessible even to a titled Douluo. Letting him go in posed little risk. "It's possible, but little one, I must warn you, it's extremely cold inside. You'd be wise not to go." Lin Xiao nodded. He knew exactly why she warned him. Deep within that cavern there were 10,000-year mysterious ice marrow. They only knew part of what lay there, not the whole. The cavern also contained another cold spring. "Thank you for the warning, Senior," he said politely. Seeing him determined, Nan Shui didn't press further. She showed Lin Xiao how to activate the mechanism for the cavern entrance and cautioned, "Go carefully." Under Dubusi's watchful gaze, Lin Xiao and Xiao Linger stepped into the cold spring. Dubusi stayed behind as sentry, and Nan Shui remained as well. The moment they entered, a bone-piercing chill enveloped them. Lin Xiao released his bone spirit child fire spirit. It flared out and wrapped them both, protecting them. This was the flame of ultimate ice, perfectly suited to resist the cold. With Xiao Linger's ultimate fire attribute, he wasn't overly worried about her. After descending several dozen meters, Lin Xiao activated the cavern's entrance by the method Nan Shui had taught him. Immediately, an oppressive, brutal cold rolled over them. Thanks to the protective flame, the frigid gusts did not harm them, but each breath felt like drawing shards of ice. The chill pressed down as if trying to freeze their organs solid. Ahead, clusters of ice polar divine crystals in various sizes glowed a faint blue. Lin Xiao called out, "Ice Empress, come out and help." The Ice Empress shot forth at once, her tiny face stunned when she saw the crystals. Xiaozi, where have you found so many ice polar divine crystals? So many. There must be 10,000-year mysterious ice marrow here. Where is it? Where is it? She asked, frantically floating around the cavern. Quiet, Lin Xiao said lightly. First gather these crystals. The marrow itself is deeper inside. At that, the Ice Empress became all business. She began collecting, and before long the three of them had stored the ice polar divine crystals into Lin Xiao's ring. The deeper they went, the colder it became, a cold beyond cold. Elder Yao had lent Lin Xiao the bone-chilling flame as well, and without that support, Lin Xiao would have had trouble withstanding such an extreme temperature. Neither of them dared inhale deeply. In the inner cold spring, over a dozen towering ice pillars rose from the ground. When the Ice Empress saw them, her eyes lit up. Lin Xiao, hurry! These are all 10,000-year mysterious ice marrow. Absorb them quickly. Your flame spirit can advance. Now that she was bound as Lin Xiao's soul spirit, she naturally put his interests first. Lin Xiao gently stopped her. Ice Empress, don't rush. These are for healing the Snow Empress. The name Snow Empress made the Ice Empress float so close she nearly bumped his face. Xiaozi, what do you mean? She demanded. What happened to the Snow Empress? Where is she? Is she? Her panic was immediate. The Snow Empress was someone she cared about deeply. Lin Xiao held her close. Don't worry, with me here, the Snow Empress won't die. The one sealed inside the God-sealing platform at the auction was the Snow Empress. At that, the Ice Empress broke free of his arms and dove straight into his ring. A moment later, mist swirled and condensed. Xiaolinger, standing beside Lin Xiao, suddenly sagged and collapsed into his arms. Two figures formed out of the mist before him. Lin Xiao smiled. Teacher, next time give a heads up before you act, will you? If your Linger had been more familiar with it, we wouldn't have needed to make her fall asleep, came the reply, mild and amused. The Ice Empress stared at the God-sealing platform's aura and understood why it had felt so familiar. The Snow Empress had indeed been sealed inside. Relief and joy flooded her. Two grandpas, why didn't you tell me earlier? She cried. Elder Yao stroked his beard and chuckled. We wanted to give a little surprise, little one. Didn't expect Xiaozi to spill the beans. Electrolux smiled, adding, Indeed, and Xiaozi, you'll owe me some extra magic training later. Thank you, two grandpas, the Ice Empress said, grateful. She now understood everything, including why she had been unconscious earlier. Elder Yao waved it off. No need for formalities. As the Ice Empress said, Elder Yao continued, you can use the 10,000-year mysterious ice marrow here to advance your flame spirit further. But the Snow Empress's recovery doesn't require nearly this much marrow, Lin Xiao said. Chapter 88. The Ultimate? It's absolute zero. Grandpa Yao's words sent a thrill through Lin Xiao. If he absorbed one of those 10,000-year mysterious ice marrow as well, how much further would his flame advance? His fire was already ultimate ice. What terrifying heights could it reach after another breakthrough? Teacher, let's do both at once, Lin Xiao proposed. Waiting to finish his cultivation before dealing with the Snow Empress would waste too much time. Grandpa Yao, roughly how many pieces of that 10,000-year ice marrow will the Snow Empress need to recover? Hearing the suggestion, the Ice Emperor, who was watching over the Snow Empress's condition, spoke up. Grandpa Yao answered calmly, There are more than 10 pieces here. With the aid of an immortal plant, about 9 should be enough. Ice Emperor, keep an eye on Xiaozi and Linger, Grandpa Yao said. Elder Yi and I will activate the God-sealing platform to help the Snow Empress recover. The Ice Emperor nodded eagerly and urged Lin Xiao to begin cultivating. Lin Xiao didn't hesitate. He moved Xiaolinger aside and felt only then able to settle into cultivation once Grandpa Yao wrapped her in a protective layer of flame. He walked to another 10,000-year mysterious ice marrow and sat cross-legged beside it. Xiaozi, your flame is already ultimate ice. Refining this marrow shouldn't be too difficult for you, the Ice Emperor advised. Follow my method. She taught him a refined process that let Lin Xiao draw the marrow's terrifying energy in more efficiently. He began to slowly absorb the marrow's power. Pale blue ice crystals formed in layers over his body. Only upon closer inspection did one see that these crystals were themselves alive with a fierce, penetrating cold. That energy was being refined bit by bit and forced into his body. The chill raked through his internal organs, his limbs, every bone. Sealed inside that ice, he could not cry out. His bone spirit child's fire spirit, urged by Lin Xiao, was battered constantly by the incoming cold, even as Lin Xiao converted the marrow's energy into Du Qi for cultivation. On the other side, Grandpa Yao and Elder Yi exchanged a glance as they faced the god-sealing platform. With a light motion, Grandpa Yao shattered the device. The Snow Empress drifted free, no longer in a full physical form, but an energy essence, like a snow and ice spirit, returned to its origin. Her aura was still formidable, but it was clearly damaged. Grandpa Yao produced an immortal plant suited to the Snow Empress. Elder Yi arranged 9 pieces of 10,000-year marrow around her, enclosing her in their center. Streaks of magic coalesced along her form. Grandpa Yao catalyzed the immortal plant. Elder Yi activated the marrows. Together they funneled warm, regenerative energy toward the Snow Empress, and she drank it in ravenously. They did not leave. Both kept their gazes fixed on her as the process continued. One by one, 3 of the marrows at her center were consumed. Interesting, very interesting, Elder Yi murmured. Could these marrows allow an ice attribute spirit to condense a physical body? Grandpa Yao asked, looking toward the Ice Emperor, who had remained beside Lin Xiao. The Ice Emperor, surprised, floated over to examine the scene, trying to discern what they had seen. Her own conclusion was swift. Yes, Grandpa Yao, 10,000-year ice marrow is the purest ice substance and the most compatible with us ice attribute spirit beasts. It can enable us to condense a physical body. I had thought of asking Lin Xiao about using some marrow to condense a body for me, but with the Snow Empress appearing, I abandoned that plan. How did you two realize it? The Ice Emperor asked, then drifted back to Lin Xiao when nothing obvious came to mind. Heh, it's nothing, Grandpa Yao replied. Since this is the Snow Empress's chance, we should help her. Old friend, grab 2 more pieces, he added with a smile to Elder Yi. Elder Yi understood at once and produced 2 additional immortal plants, applying them to the Snow Empress without hesitation. The Ice Emperor watched in silence. She knew this was for the Snow Empress's benefit. Then she returned to Lin Xiao's side. The chill emanating from Lin Xiao intensified, growing denser than any ultimate ice he had known. Previously, the threshold for ultimate ice had been set at temperatures below -150°C, a level already lethal to ordinary life. But the cold radiating from Lin Xiao had pierced even farther than that. Only the protection of his spirit kept his body from freezing entirely, otherwise his organs would have ceased to function. As time passed, Lin Xiao continued to refine marrows. He wasn't as fast as the Snow Empress's team. Elder Yi and Grandpa Yao worked in concert and needed more for the Empress. So by the time the Snow Empress had consumed 7 pieces, Lin Xiao had only refined 3. He pushed on. Eventually he came back to consciousness. He had managed to refine 5 pieces. His eyes shot open and he shook the ice from his body with a clattering sound that drew everyone's attention. In his palm flared a paler-than-ever flame, its cold so absolute it felt bone-piercing. Ice Emperor, my flame, it should have surpassed ultimate ice, right? Lin Xiao asked, excitement and disbelief in his voice. He could feel the flame's strength, but it still felt inferior to his teacher's bone-chilling flame. The Ice Emperor floated closer and examined the flame's temperature. Though it was still a flame, it carried an extreme cold, unlike any normal fire. She smiled with obvious astonishment. Ultimate isn't even the right scale to use here, Xiaozi, she said. Your flame has reached absolute 0. Absolute 0? Lin Xiao's eyes went wide. He understood the temperature being referred to, 273.15 degrees Celsius, and he had never imagined his flame could ever sink to such a level. His Buddha's Fury Fire Lotus would be far more powerful now. He withdrew the flame from his palm. This round of improvement had been enormous. He had come to help the Snow Empress and unexpectedly upgraded his own power as well. Lin Xiao felt certain that absorbing a 4th spirit ring would now grant his soul power a tremendous increase. The 10,000-year ice marrow had not only strengthened his spirit cultivation and Du Qi, it had also bolstered his soul power and accelerated his overall growth. Chapter 89. Little Elf? It's the Snow Empress. Lin Xiao lost track of time while refining the 10,000-year mysterious ice marrow. When he finally came to, he found his foundation had deepened. If he absorbed a fourth spirit ring, his soul power would undoubtedly surge. He composed himself and carried Ice Empress back to Grandpa Yao and Electrolux. The Snow Empress at the center was still in the process of refining the ice marrow. Lin Xiao had already refined 5 of the marrow items. 2 more still circled the Snow Empress. Grandpa Yao nodded approvingly as Lin Xiao approached. Xiao Xiaozi, you've made great progress. You're already a 2-star Dough Master. The aside in his mind clarified that Dough Master ranks from 1 to 9 stars correspond to Spirit King levels 51 to 59. One more step and you'll be a great Dough Master. Even I didn't advance so quickly back then. Now, Grandpa Yao added with a sigh. Opportunities made a difference. If Lin Xiao had relied on slow, steady cultivation, his advancement would have been far slower. Given the abundant energies here, his rapid growth was natural. Lin Xiao scratched his head and smiled sheepishly. Master, you flatter me. It's all thanks to your guidance. Electrolux clicked his tongue. Your Dochi cultivation is fast, but your magic cultivation is lagging behind. Hurry and master the basic magics I taught you. The advanced spells will be far more powerful. Lin Xiao straightened. Yes, master. The 2 elders relaxed into contented smiles. Lin Xiao glanced at the Snow Empress and then at Electrolux. After a moment, he asked, Master, could our undead semiplane absorb this cold spring? Electrolux looked surprised at the sudden question. Lin Xiao explained his thinking. The undead semiplane needed resources to develop, and this place seemed ideal. Electrolux considered it and said, It seems feasible. This place can produce so many 10,000-year ice marrows. If we can incorporate the cold spring into the undead semiplane, it would be a great boon. We'll do it when the Snow Empress finishes, Electrolux continued. He floated in front of Lin Xiao and tapped the center of his forehead. A stream of magical knowledge flowed directly into Lin Xiao's mind. Xiao Xiaozi, you must cultivate this magic thoroughly. You'll be very busy with it later. Lin Xiao absorbed the information, glanced at the still unconscious Xiao Linger, and immediately began practicing. This work would be crucial to absorbing the cold spring into the undead semi-plane. He couldn't be careless. Electrolux watched him with approval. The child was teachable. Xiao Linger slept on, without any sign of waking. Ice Empress drifted over to check her and returned to Lin Xiao's shoulder in relief. Time passed. The remaining 10,000-year mysterious ice marrows around the Snow Empress finally condensed and transformed into energy, fading away. Lin Xiao, now familiar with the new magic, stood beside the great ice crystal that encased the Snow Empress. But something felt off. The ice crystal looked smaller than he expected for such a tall, graceful figure. He suppressed the doubt and watched as the crystal began to crack. Shard by shard, it split with dry, tinkling sounds. A frigid wind billowed out, carrying a white mist. When the ice fell away, a tiny figure sat where the Snow Empress should have been. All 4 of them stared. Where was the Snow Empress? In her place was a child of 4 or 5, like a living porcelain doll, white hair, flawless skin, huge clear eyes. The little girl blinked, looked around, then toddled straight to Lin Xiao's feet and threw herself into his legs, hugging him. Master? Lin Xiao stammered in surprise. Ice Empress peered closely and confirmed what they all suspected. The aura radiating from this child was indeed the Snow Empress's. But why had she become like this? The little girl reached out and touched Ice Empress, who laughed and floated around her in delight. Grandpa Yao examined the child carefully and then explained, Don't worry, this is only temporary. When I found that the mysterious ice marrow could condense a physical body, I used immortal plants to assist. It seems the Snow Empress subconsciously poured most of her remaining energy into manifesting a body. As a result, her spiritual consciousness, already injured, did not recover fully. This is why she appears in this child form. The body she condensed carries her origin and has fully fused with her. It's complete and perfect as a vessel. Once her spiritual consciousness fully recovers, she will take control of this body, revert to her original appearance, and her memories will return. For now, she is essentially in a subconscious state. Ice Empress couldn't help but chuckle. A subconscious state, how amusing. Beneath the Snow Empress's proud exterior, Her subconscious was adorable and well-mannered. Ice Empress hovered around the child, enjoying the playfulness. Lin Xiao's mind raced. This situation reminded him of other cases where powerful beings manifested younger bodies while their consciousness recovered. The Snow Empress's memories remained intact. They were merely dormant. If they suddenly returned, if she awakened fully in the middle of the night, he wondered how she would react, especially if their relationship had not yet been properly established. Chapter 90. You two had a daughter? When Lin Xiao spoke, Elder Yao quickly understood his worry. He answered calmly, "There's nothing to worry about. If the Snow Empress's recovery goes smoothly, it will still take about half a year. If things don't go well, it won't exceed a year. If we refine an elixir from that soul-enriching immortal plant, the autumn abyss dew, she could recover in a single day." Hearing that, Lin Xiao relaxed. He remembered inquiring about the autumn abyss dew before. Elder Yao had explained the refining process. It wasn't that they didn't want to make the elixir. They simply didn't have enough of the necessary rare auxiliary materials yet. They were only short by 1 or 2 items. Once they obtained them, they could refine the elixir, and Lin Xiao's soul power would advance even further. There were plenty of immortal plants, but the supplementary treasures were still lacking. That was a relief. There was time. They could continue to cultivate their bond, and by the time the Snow Empress recovered, their relationship wouldn't be strained. Lin Xiao picked up the tiny Snow Empress, who looked like a little spirit. The Snow Empress was a being born of heaven and earth. Even after regaining a physical form, she still carried that ethereal, spirit-like quality. She seemed fond of Lin Xiao, glancing at him sometimes and at Elder Yao at others, as if she liked both their auras. Bingdi watched the scene with an amused expression, already planning to tell Snow Empress something later. "Master, I'll take these 2 outside first, then we can collect the cold spring," Electrolux said. He didn't refuse. Soon Lin Xiao led the auspicious beast and Snow Empress toward the cave entrance where they had first come in, while Elder Yao and Bingdi stayed behind to guard the place. The tiny Snow Empress lay happily against Xiaolinger's body. Lin Xiao and Electrolux began a necromantic ritual together and opened a towering gate of death. Electrolux frowned and cast another spell. "Xiao Xiaozi, hold this gate." Lin Xiao took the instruction and kept the gate open. Immediately, a terrifying suction force erupted, pulling the entire treasure hoard into the undead semi-plane. Lin Xiao's soul power and do qi were drained as the hoard was swallowed. With a rumble, the treasury vanished into the semi-plane. Lin Xiao was completely spent. He swallowed a medicinal pill to recover a little. "I'll go into the undead semi-plane first to deal with the cold spring," Electrolux said, then stepped through. Lin Xiao did not delay either, but he stayed at the entrance. Without the treasure hoard, the Earth Dragon Gate's secret realm would weaken. It wouldn't collapse right away, but over time its effects would fade. Just then, Electrolux's voice came from inside the semi-plane. "This is really cold. Brother Chen, come with me." He hadn't fully recovered and couldn't withstand the cold alone. Elder Yao smiled faintly. "Don't worry, I'm here." "Xiao Xiaozi, you handle the rest yourself," Electrolux added. The 2 of them went into the undead semi-plane together. Before leaving, Elder Yao awakened Xiaolinger and, as a precaution, concealed the Snow Empress's terrifying aura. Xiaolinger blinked awake, dazed. Her eyes opened straight into the Snow Empress's big sparkling ones. Instinctively, she pushed the little spirit away. Lin Xiao, quick as ever, caught her before she fell. "You, Lin Xiao, what did you do to me?" Xiaolinger snapped, cheeks puffed with indignation. Lin Xiao feigned confusion. What are you talking about?" "This child." Xiaolinger jabbed a finger at the child in his arms. Bingdi snickered. The auspicious beast's expression made something click in Lin Xiao's head, and he grinned mischievously. "Yeah, she's our child. See? She's already 4 or 5 years old." Xiaolinger flushed red and pointed at him furiously, but then reality hit. 4 or 5 years old? What on earth? "Lin Xiao, you're going to pay for this." Realizing she'd been tricked, Xiaolinger's anger flared. Lin Xiao laughed. "Who is this little girl? Her aura feels so weird, I can't even see through it." Xiaolinger was too mad to even humor him. Lin Xiao escalated the teasing. "Isn't she our child? Believe it, and I'll poke you with my spear." Xiaolinger pulled out her golden dragon spear on instinct. The Snow Empress reached out and grasped the shaft. Seeing that, Lin Xiao hurriedly relented. All right, I'm done teasing. This is the Snow Empress. Lin Xiao explained everything to Xiaolinger. When she heard the name, Xiaolinger immediately scooped up the little spirit and glared at Lin Xiao. Humph, I'll settle this. How dare you knock me out? And you, Bingdi, you just stood there watching. Bingdi pretended not to hear, unbothered by the auspicious beast's presence. Lin Xiao chuckled, taking it all in stride. The Snow Empress seemed to take an immediate liking to the auspicious beast, and the two quickly became fast friends. After a moment, Xiaolinger handed Snow Empress back to Lin Xiao, still muttering about settling scores. Bingdi poked Snow Empress once more, reluctant to let her go, then followed them into the ring. With Snow Empress in his arms and Xiaolinger at his side, Lin Xiao led them out of the secret realm. When they emerged, Dubusi stared in surprise at the three of them, and Nan Shui standing beside him looked equally shocked. They had been fast, so fast they already had a child. This is the treasure inside the Earth Dragon Gate? Dubusi exclaimed inwardly. Xiao Xiaozi, that surprise you gave us was a bit too much. Xiao Xiaozi, Linger, congratulations, you even have a child already, Dubusi said aloud, reaching for Snow Empress. Let this teacher hold her. Congratulations, you two youngsters, Nan Shui added with a smile. No, Sectmaster, she's not Linger's and my child, Xiaolinger quickly explained, face flushed. She shot Lin Xiao a warning look to fill in the rest. Lin Xiao smiled. Teacher, she's really just a friend of mine. If she wakes up and finds out you're teasing her like this, you'll be in trouble. Dubusi chuckled. Friend or not, when she recovers, I'll just play with her a bit. It's not like I would bully a child. With Elder Yao concealing the Snow Empress's true aura, Dubusi couldn't sense what kind of being she really was, so he spoke boldly. Lin Xiao smiled inwardly. He would soon find out whether Dubusi's joking would earn him a real beating from Snow Empress. Did you come here this time just for this little one? Dubusi asked. Yes, Lin Xiao replied. By the way, how long were you inside? Dubusi added. Not long, Lin Xiao began, but Dubusi cut in. Not long? About 6 months. 6 months. Lin Xiao's jaw dropped. He'd actually spent half a year inside. Xiaolinger's glare burned into him. He had knocked her out for 6 months. She was livid. Medicinal pills? She would squeeze every last drop from him to make up for the time she'd lost. 91. Chapter 91, Buddha's Wrath. Lotus fried fish. 6 months. Half a year. Lin Xiao hadn't expected so much time to have passed. Teacher, you didn't leave during these 6 months? He asked worriedly. Dubusi smiled. I went back to the sect for a while. Not long after the Soul Master competition ended, I returned here. Nan Shui sounded regretful. In that competition, the Sun Moon Empire actually took first place. It's a pity for Shrek. Lin Xiao's heart tightened at her tone. Nan Shui had always been inclined toward Shrek. If that was how she felt, then she wouldn't get any of the ice polar divine crystals he'd intended to give her as thanks. Dubusi had once offered her a chance, but she clearly favored Shrek. Nan Shui had no idea that his decision over a single sentence had cost her sect resources. If the Earth Dragon Gate ever sided with Shrek or the Tang sect in the future, she couldn't blame him. Lin Xiao wasn't soft toward his enemies. Teacher Senior, aside from the Soul Master competition, did anything else happen these 6 months? Lin Xiao asked. If his memory was right, the competition lasted more than a month, and within 2 months afterward, Huo Yuhao and Wang Dong had entered the Sea God Pavilion to cultivate for 60 days as a reward. Now that they hadn't won, they likely missed that chance. Without the Sea God Pavilion reward, their soul power would stall. Lin Xiao had already spent 6 months here, plus the travel time before that, and he didn't know if Huo Yuhao had reached level 30 yet. Nothing else out of the ordinary, Dubusi said after a moment's thought. Nan Shui nodded in agreement. Beyond the competition, nothing notable had occurred. Lin Xiao understood and inclined his head to Dubusi. Dubusi caught the gesture and glanced at Nan Shui. Sectmaster Nan, now that my disciple's seclusion is over, we won't disturb you any longer. If you need anything, you can come find me at the body sect, Nan Shui replied politely. I won't keep you then. Until next time, Sectmaster Du Buzi nodded lightly and turned to leave with Lin Xiao and the others. Snow Empress sat perched on Lin Xiao's head, happily reaching little paws toward Xiaolinger from time to time. Once they were out of Earth Dragon Gate territory, Lin Xiao looked at Doupo. "Teacher, come with me to hunt a spirit ring," he said. "For my 4th spirit ring, I want 100,000-year one." Lin Xiao had been stuck at level 40 for a long time. His Do Qi had already reached a Do Master standard, but his soul power hadn't budged. Doupo's eyes widened. 100,000-year 4th spirit ring? After a long breath, he said slowly, "Xiao Xiaozi, are you sure? 100,000-year 4th ring. Even I don't have one." He asked to be certain Lin Xiao could truly absorb such an old spirit ring. Lin Xiao nodded seriously. "Don't worry, teacher. I can absorb 100,000-year spirit ring." Satisfied, Doupo fell silent. This boy must have learned how from Brother Chen. There was nothing for him to worry about. It's not easy to find 100,000-year beasts in the Star-Do Great Forest. The far north isn't suitable, and the evil spirit forest is too far. The only real option is the ocean. Lin Xiao agreed. Di Tian wouldn't allow him to hunt a 100,000-year spirit beast in the Star-Do Great Forest. The Ice Empress and Snow Empress came from the far north, and the evil spirit forest was, as Doupo said, too far. The ocean was their only practical choice. Lin Xiao had originally planned to go straight to the evil spirit forest, but the unexpected appearance of the Snow Empress had forced a change of plans. "Then let's go to the ocean," he said. They set off. When Doupo saw the dragon wings on Lin Xiao's back, he was shocked. "You brat, when did you get that external spirit bone?" Lin Xiao chuckled. "I got it while out training earlier. I just didn't have the chance to tell you, teacher." Doupo looked envious. "Lucky child. Your luck is something else." He was also envious seeing Xiaolinger riding a golden dragon. Such strength was terrifying to contemplate. Snow Empress lay snugly in Linger's arms, seemingly asleep. 3 days later, the 4 of them flew above the endless sea. From high above, they were like ants, 3 tiny black dots on a boundless blue. The ocean was vast and unknown. Apart from a few well-known spirit beasts, there must be many powerful hidden ones whose locations were uncertain. They dove into the water, using soul power to block out the sea. The deeper they went, the greater the pressure and the tighter the squeeze of the water. Fortunately, Lin Xiao cast a spell that let them remain submerged for a long time. After another week, they finally found a spirit beast lounging on a rock. 100,000-year deep-sea demon stingray. Doupo recognized it immediately. The deep-sea demon stingray resembled a manta ray, but its poisonous barb was enormous and its body was banded in black rings. Each black band represented 10,000 years of cultivation. 12 bands meant it was a 120,000-year spirit beast. "Teacher, that's the one," Lin Xiao said. "Let me try." Doupo was stunned and immediately moved to stop him. I'll do it. You're still too weak. I'll be careful. I won't kill it." Lin Xiao smiled. "Don't worry, teacher. With you here, I just want to test how strong I am now." Doupo considered and finally nodded. "Be careful. If you can't win, run." "Don't worry. I'll only use one move." Everyone stepped back a bit. Doupo and Xiaolinger gave them space. A moment later, 2 flames formed in Lin Xiao's hands, one pale white, the other bright red. "Merge," Lin Xiao whispered. Do Qi surged around him, drawn into the flames and concentrating at his chest. Doupo stared, suddenly at a loss for words. "Linger, is this kid a twin spirit user?" he muttered, swallowing hard. Lin Xiao had hidden it so well. "Linger, did he not tell you?" Doupo asked. Linger had assumed he knew. From his expression, he clearly didn't. "Tell me? My foot. He hid it so well. He even told you and not me." "The little rascal," Doupo grumbled, deciding he'd give Lin Xiao a scolding after the spirit ring was absorbed. In the next instant, Doupo's eyes widened in shock. Lin Xiao unleashed a terrifying spirit ability. A lotus bloomed in his hand, not the same lotus as before. This one was entirely white, with a streak of red at the center, radiating overwhelming energy. Lin Xiao looked at the resting stingray and spoke softly. "Go! Go!" At the word, Lin Xiao sent the lotus flying, and the blast hurled him backward. The deep-sea demon stingray sensed danger, flicked its tail, and streaked away. "Damn human," it cursed, fleeing as fast as it could. "Xiao Xiaozi, that fire lotus of yours is impressive, enough to make a spirit Douluo recoil." Doupo started, but before he could finish, he charged out and cut off the stingray's escape. With a thunderous boom, the fire lotus caught up to the spirit beast and detonated directly on its body. Dubuzi clicked his tongue. Pitiful creature, maybe not killed, but it had to be in agony. Ah! The stingray screamed. Its cry was cut short as Dubuzi's blows rained down, punch after punch, until its anguished howls filled the air. Lin Xiao, breathless, popped a pill, staggered to his feet, and covered Xiaolinger's ears with his hand. She, in turn, covered the Snow Empress's ears. The cries were too much. Dubuzi stomped on the stingray's tail, breaking it, then dragged the wounded beast over to Lin Xiao. Xiaozi, what kind of spirit ability is that fire lotus of yours? He asked, standing on the creature. How could he not be curious about an attack fueled by level 40 soul power that could threaten a spirit Douluo? Teacher, it's my own spirit ability, Lin Xiao said weakly. I developed it myself. My flames were enhanced while I was in the Earth Dragon Gate's secret realm, so it's grown much stronger. Tian had once said Lin Xiao's Buddha's Fury Fire Lotus rivaled a Soul Emperor's skill. With his Do Qi level higher than his soul power, and with his flame spirit amplified, he had released the attack through Do Qi, higher grade and more forceful than using pure soul power, and he'd poured everything into it. He could speak now only because of the pill. He could manage a few words and gestures at most. Ha! Good. You keep surprising me. Dubuzi grinned. For now, let's finish this guy so you can absorb the spirit ring. We'll sort out the rest when we return to the sect. The stingray whimpered beneath his foot. Spare me. I know where there's a flame. It will be useful to you. The voice was weak. A flame? Lin Xiao's interest sharpened, but he wasn't worried about locating it yet. Perform a sacrifice for me, and I'll spare your life. He explained the spirit soul method on the spot, and even revealed his 2 soul spirits, 2 little dragons, Little Black and Little One. The stingray hesitated, looking at its wounds. Performing the sacrifice to extend its life by even a little felt preferable to immediate death. It thought the human's lifespan might be only a few hundred years, but chose survival. Unwilling? Then die, Lin Xiao snapped. Willing. I'm willing, the stingray gasped, and with its last strength, it began the sacrifice. Watching the process, Dubuzi's eyes gleamed. This spirit soul method was exceptional, something he could spread through the sect later. He glanced at Xiaolinger. Linger, do you know what Xiaozi's spirit soul method is? Xiaolinger thought for a moment and shook her head. Sect master, Xiaozi hasn't told me. That made sense. The method likely came from Brother Chen. Linger might not even know his existence. Dubuzi nodded and stood guard while Lin Xiao recovered. 3 days later, Lin Xiao finally regained consciousness. His soul power had reached level 50. A spirit bone lay nearby, and his soul spirit had curled up and entered its spirit ring to rest. Dubuzi couldn't hide his excitement. Xiaozi, that spirit soul method of yours. Lin Xiao pulled Dubuzi aside and explained everything he could, stopping short of mentioning the Stardew Great Forest and the auspicious beast. So you don't intend to spread the spirit soul method right away? Dubuzi asked, torn. If the body sect learned it, they would grow far stronger, but the complications Lin Xiao hinted at couldn't be ignored. I can't explain it fully in a few words. It's complicated. When we return to the body sect, I'll take you somewhere. If you still want it then, I'll pass it on to the sect, Lin Xiao said. Dubuzi thought quickly. This likely involved Brother Chen and Lin Xiao's other teacher. He could wait. Fine, we'll wait. Back at the original spot, Lin Xiao summoned the newly acquired deep-sea demon stingray. From now on, you'll be called Xiao Mo. Where is that flame you mentioned? Lin Xiao pressed. Another flame could further strengthen his Buddha's Fury Fire Lotus, perhaps to the level of a titled Douluo. Xiao Mo spoke up hoarsely. The flame is within Sea God Island's territory, at the deepest part of the sea. I heard it from another spirit beast that escaped from near Sea God Island. That place is extremely dangerous. Even a powerhouse like him would be in great peril. The powerhouse Xiao Mo meant was Dubuzi. Its warning was true. Far below Sea God Island, in the abyss, a faint pale purple flame flickered in the currents, lonely and wavering in the deep. Lin Xiao frowned. Sea God Island again, always under that little bastard's influence. It was a nuisance, but the flame was something he had to have. He intended to deal with the island eventually, so there was no rush. Xiaozi, Sea God Island. That place is no simple matter, Dubusi said, startled at the mention. Others might not know the island, but he understood its danger all too well. Chapter 93. Yan Xiaojie leads Huo Yuhao and his 7 companions. The Sea God Island Xiaomo had mentioned wasn't Shrek's Sea God Island. It was the island in the middle of the sea where the sea god Xiaoling had ascended 10,000 years ago. Even Dubuzi didn't know how many titled Douluo guarded that island. All he knew was that Sea God Island was powerful and secretive, and its exact location in the ocean remained a mystery. With Sea God Xiaoling present, the island's protection was even fiercer, patrolled by devil spirit great white sharks, a true sanctuary for benevolent spirit beasts. Teacher, of course I know how powerful Sea God Island is, Lin Xiao said, steady and intent. That flame, I have to get it. Dubuzi frowned. We still need a plan. No need to rush. Lin Xiao understood. Sea God Island must have at least one limit Douluo, maybe more, perhaps even someone at level 98. With only Dubuzi on his side, a frontal assault was impossible. The only option was a covert trip to retrieve the flame, a dangerous task, but the flame had been hidden in the deep sea for ages. It wouldn't disappear anytime soon. If he knew of it, there was no reason to let it go. Waiting a bit longer didn't matter. Good things were worth waiting for. Dubuzi nodded. Xiaozi, let's go back to the sect first. I still need to handle the communication with the Sun Moon Empire. Lin Xiao almost forgot about that. Half a year had passed. Time to resume the agenda. It shouldn't be difficult. With Xiao Hongchen there, the talks would go smoothly. Teacher, I also need to go to the Star Do Great Forest. Maybe I can find a powerhouse comparable to a limit Douluo for the body sect. He looked down at the Snow Empress in his arms and then at Xiao Linger. It had been too long since their return. It was time to pay a visit to BG. Dubuzi's eyes lit up. Comparable to a limit Douluo. Tsk, if the body sect had someone like that, our strength would be on a whole new level. Go quickly. I'll wait at the body sect for good news. Shower, when you return, we'll talk in detail. Dubuzi hadn't forgotten the spirit soul method or the place Lin Xiao had mentioned. He felt in his bones that what Lin Xiao hinted at would be important. Lin Xiao nodded, placed Xiao Mo into the ring, and handed her to Xiao He and Xiao Yi for training. After absorbing another spirit ring, his soul power reached level 50. One more spirit ring, and he could advance to Spirit King, but he didn't plan to absorb another ring just yet. He wanted to temper himself further. His current spirit ring set, purple, black, red, already put him ahead of Dubuzi and most others. He still had one spirit bone he hadn't absorbed. Besides the Ice Empress's internal bone, he had an external spirit bone, the dragon wing. Xiaozi, absorb that spirit bone after you're back at the sect. For now, go and recruit that powerhouse, hurry. Dubuzi urged, seeing Lin Xiao's lingering gaze on the spirit bone. Lin Xiao smiled and picked up the Snow Empress. Let's go, Linger. A week later, Dubuzi escorted the 3 to the Star Do Great Forest. The body sect awaits your return, he called, then left without looking back, confident Lin Xiao could handle things. As soon as Dubuzi departed, Xiao Linger relaxed into her usual lazy self, happily holding the Snow Empress's hand. Being with Dubuzi is always so stressful, she said. That's natural, Lin Xiao replied with a faint smile. They're the older generation. There'll always be a generation gap. He tapped the ring, and the Ice Empress flew out, hovering beside the Snow Empress and teasing her. The little Snow Empress hugged the Ice Empress and squealed, "Brother, sister, who's this?" She recognized the Ice Empress, but didn't know her name, so she looked up at Lin Xiao and Xiao Linger. Since learning to speak, she had taken to calling Lin Xiao and Xiao Linger brother and sister. "Shuer, this is your little sister." Lin Xiao crouched and ruffled her hair gently. "I have a little sister," the Snow Empress replied, hugging the Ice Empress and bolting off in excitement. Lin Xiao and Xiao Linger hurried after her to keep her from getting into trouble. With a thump, the Snow Empress ran into someone's leg and fell onto her bottom. The Ice Empress, startled, slipped and hid inside the Snow Empress's clothes, just as the child bumped into a woman's leg. "Whose child is running around like that?" the woman asked. Lin Xiao scooped up the Snow Empress. The Ice Empress vanished from the girl's embrace. As the Snow Empress rubbed her head and peered up at the woman who had been bumped, Xiao came up beside Lin Xiao, and just then, several people emerged from behind the woman. A few faces were familiar. Lin Xiao silently hoped the Ice Empress hadn't been noticed. Fortunately, it seemed she hadn't. "Lin Xiao, what are you doing here?" a voice said, surprised. You even have a child." Another voice trailed off in astonishment. Before Lin Xiao could answer, Xiao shot back from his side. "If you don't want your mouth, you can donate it." The man who'd spoken was Huo Yuhao. The woman the Snow Empress had bumped into was Jiang Nanan of Shrek. Huo Yuhao's anger flared, but a hand gently patted his shoulder, and his temper cooled. Lin Xiao took in the newcomer by Huo Yuhao's side, someone who gave off an air a bit like Yan Xiao's in the original stories. Huo Yuhao himself was only about level 30 now. His cultivation had slowed. Xuanzi had been grievously injured. Without the 2 months of secluded cultivation in the Sea God Pavilion, and with Shrek's setbacks and losses, their mood for training had been much diminished. Naturally, their progress lagged. "Little ones," the calm voice of Yan Xiaozhe warned, "haven't your teachers taught you that careless words bring trouble?" He looked at the two in front of him with obvious disdain. A level 95 titled Douluo, Yan Xiaozhe was known for his pettiness. He couldn't stand anyone insulting Shrek, and he wasn't about to let this slide. Lin Xiao's gaze flicked from Yan Xiaozhe to the 7 Shrek members arrayed behind him. Xiao tugged his sleeve, signaling not to worry, their people were here. With someone to back them up, there was no need to shrink away. "Heh," Lin Xiao said lightly, "whether someone taught us or not is none of your concern. But judging by Huo Yuhao, I'd say he didn't get the lesson." Chapter 94, Yan Xiaozhe is a scoundrel. He just ran away. Lin Xiao's eyes went cold. He disliked Yan Xiaozhe intensely, the son of a petty, irresponsible evil soul master, and on top of that from Shrek. Just the name Shrek was enough to damn him in Lin Xiao's book. He sneered openly. The scorn in his voice ignited a murderous light in Yan Xiaozhe's eyes. After years of suppression, Yan's emotions finally erupted. His spirit rings flared into being beneath his feet, 2 yellow, 2 purple, 4 black, and a red. Yan Xiaozhe, a 95th rank titled Douluo. The aura of a titled Douluo spread outward like a storm, but Lin Xiao and Xiao only watched with contempt as Yan revealed his rings. "Bullying the weak with strength, that's always been Shrek's way," Lin Xiao spat. "No wonder you got blown up. Serves you right." Lin Xiao pressed the insult. "You brat, you're asking for death." Yan was already furious. Lin's taunt hit a raw nerve. He unleashed a spirit ability at them, but before it could reach, a huge hand intercepted it with a crisp, unmistakable snap. Smack! A stinging slap landed on Yan Xiaozhe's face before anyone could react. "Tian!" Yan gaped, recognizing the presence before him. That terrifying aura could belong to no one else. Tian, the beast god of the Stardew Great Forest. Inside Huo Yuhao's consciousness, the Skydream Iceworm screamed a warning. "Little Yuhao, that's the beast god who captured me back then." Huo Yuhao swallowed hard. None of them had expected to run into a legend like Tian here. The others, hearing Yan's exclamation, were stunned as well. Tian had crushed Yan's spirit ability without effort, and slapped him too. "Scram!" Tian snorted and didn't even bother to look at Yan and the rest. He turned to Lin Xiao. "Yan Xiaozhe, apologize." With Tian backing him, Lin Xiao's stare was confident. Yan's face flushed through shades of green and purple with fury and humiliation. Huo Yuhao and the others grew pale. If Lin held this line, they wouldn't be let off without an apology. Huo Yuhao tried to reason. "Lin Xiao, let it go. Don't push this." Lin only laughed. "Huo Yuhao, where were you earlier? Too scared to step up then? Now you want to act brave?" He went on, venomous. "Apologize, or leave an arm and a leg behind for Xuanzi, that old thing." "A pack of hypocrites," Lin said flatly. "How many decent people came from Shrek?" Then Lin glanced at Tian with a conspiratorial tug and a wink, lowering his voice so only Tian could hear. "Senior, scare this curse-like thing. See if he'll abandon his fellows and run. And don't lay a hand on the one who looks almost like a girl." Lin wanted to know whether Yan Xiaozhe would truly flee his teammates. Before Yan could reply, Tian acted. Power far beyond the limit. Douluo range slammed into the Shrek group like a rolling winter gale. No need to apologize, just die. Tian's voice was cold, his his eyes full of murderous intent. Fear of imminent death crushed the Shrek students. Every one of them except Yan Shaoji looked petrified. Yan's pupils shrank to pinpoints. Run! If he didn't, he'd be killed. He had to run. Some of the Shrek members collapsed from terror. Only a sliver of reason remained in Yan. He swept his gaze over his fellows. What about them? He hesitated, but Di Tian's killing intent descended like a blade, decisive and absolute. In the moment of that terror, Yan made his choice. He turned and fled, dragging two people with him, Wang Dong and Bei Bei. Those two could not be allowed to die. The rest could be left. It would be the same kind of abandonment Xuanzi had once done. Better them than the ones who would ruin him if they died. As soon as Yan bolted with Wang Dong and Bei Bei, Di Tian withdrew his aura and smiled. How boring. Lin Xiao laughed outright at Yan's disheveled retreat. Huo Yuhao, see? This is the Shrek you worship. This is the Shrek you keep in your hearts. Xuanzi got you hurt, and now Yan Shaozhe has abandoned you. Shrek, what a noble place. Those who fear death displayed themselves perfectly. Truly admirable. In all of Shrek, only Muen still has a sliver of backbone. Muen's backbone was hardly impressive. He'd still been cowardly before Ye Shishui, but Lin Xiao used even that to drive the point home. Shrek had nothing to recommend it. He could see why Yan had grabbed Wang Dong and Bei Bei. Wang Dong was the young master of the Clear Sky sect. If something happened to her, Yan would be ruined. Bei Bei, maybe she had a powerful patron. The others? They had no backing worth risking a titled Douluo for. Huo Yuhao and the others were left speechless. It wasn't that Yan had tried to kill them, it was that their teacher had run and taken others with him. Previously, when they met that 100,000-year spirit beast and only Zhang Lexuan survived, no one in Shrek had cared. Zhou Yi had crippled many and shown no pity. That was the cold, hard certainty behind Zhao Zhe's actions. Yan didn't stop running until he'd put hundreds of kilometers between them, soul power flaring all the way. Wang Dong screamed hoarsely, "Dean, save them! Go back and save them! Di Tian didn't want to kill us!" Bei Bei thrashed and pleaded too. "Dean, they can still be saved! Please go back!" Yan's face hardened. No one walks away from Di Tian alive. They can't be saved. He made the decision he'd already rationalized. Whatever the cost, he would not return to die with them. He knocked Wang Dong and Bei Bei unconscious to keep them from bleeding out or panicking during the escape, then pushed on until he reached Shrek and safety. Back at the clearing, where Lin Xiao and the others stood stunned, silence pressed in. If Yan had run alone, it might have been tolerable. But he'd taken two with him, and those two clearly mattered. Wang Dong had the backing of two limit Douluo, and Bei Bei must have some influential protector nobody there could match. The rest of the students had nothing. They could be sacrificed without bringing down Shrek. That realization, that Shrek would abandon them, stung worse than any insult. They could only watch and try to swallow the humiliation as Lin Xiao's words rang in their ears, while Yan Shaozhe, for better or worse, had chosen who to save. The five of them stared at one another, each of them suddenly small and helpless. The fact that their fate lay in someone else's hands pressed down on their chests like a weight. To choose death? None of them had that kind of courage. They wanted to live. Huo Yuhao lifted his head and looked at Lin Xiao. Regret washed over him, sharp and useless. Why hadn't he left with Lin Xiao back then? Why hadn't he followed him to the body sect? Would his power have been greater now? Would he be whole? But the world does not answer, what if? What had happened had happened. Lin Xiao, he said hoarsely, let us go, for old time's sake. Lin Xiao's eyes were cold. Old times? Our acquaintance isn't that deep, Huo Yuhao. Besides, you owe me. If I hadn't let you leave before, you'd have been dragged back to the White Tiger Duke's mansion with the rest. The words were scornful, sharp as knives. Lin Xiao's contempt made Huo Yuhao flinch. If Huo Yuhao had stopped Yan Shaozhe earlier, Lin Xiao wouldn't be in this position now. So it was easy for him to spit that out. In Lin Xiao's view, Huo Yuhao was a hypocrite, someone who'd cling to life no matter what, who would betray others to save himself. That was human nature, yes, but sometimes death wasn't the worst thing. He gave them an ultimatum. Huo Yuhao, kill one of them and you can all live. Choose. If you don't choose, you'll all die. The demand hit Huo like a thunderclap. His mind buzzed with panic. How could he possibly choose? They were his sworn brothers, his friends. He had no right to take any of them. He dared not gamble on whether Lin Xiao would actually kill one. Their lives were in Lin Xiao's hands now. I don't know, Huo Yuhao stammered. I can't. Don't force me. All four pairs of eyes turned to him, heavy with expectation. The pressure was suffocating. Zhang Nanan spoke first, trying to lift some of it off him. Yuhao, she said, voice shaking, choose me. Choose me. Su Sanqi opened his mouth to add his plea, but closed it again. He wanted to live too badly to be the one to sacrifice himself. Hiketu's lips moved, but no sound came out. Xiao Xiao curled into herself, trembling, barely a whisper from her. Class monitor, you. Lin Xiao cut her off with a sneer. If you won't decide, then I'll decide for you. Let's kill Su Sanqi. His gaze dropped to Shu Sanqi, who went pale. No, wait, I was just talking. I don't want to die. Panic made him scramble for an angle. If he admitted defeat, someone stronger would finish them all. Shu Sanqi's eyes landed on Xiao Xiao, the weakest and most expendable in his mind, and he lashed out. Choose Xiao Xiao! Choose Xiao Xiao! I don't want to die, he cried. Even Zhang Nanan stared at him, stunned and betrayed. Xiao Xiao's lips trembled soundlessly. Tears rolled down her face as all eyes turned to Huo Yuhao. Di Tian, standing nearby, unleashed a cold pressure that sharpened the moment, killing intent aimed outward, as if urging the same answer. Time constricted. Lin Xiao's cold voice counted down. 1, 2, 3. On 3, Huo Yuhao snapped. His face crumpled. I choose. I choose. In his head, Tianmeng's voice was a whispered counsel. Yuhao, it said, choose Xiao Xiao. If you grow stronger later, you can avenge her. Among them, she is the safest choice for you now. He reasoned frantically. Shu Sanqi would make trouble either way. Choosing Zhang Nanan would make Shu Sanqi a sworn enemy. Hiketo was Duo's prized student. Huo couldn't defeat a titled Douluo. Only Xiao Xiao was a choice that promised the least immediate backlash. He could always blame Tianmeng later. Grinding his teeth, he forced out the words. Xiao Xiao, don't blame your class monitor. It was the best he could do. Xiao Xiao closed her eyes and sobbed. Tears fell like a steady rain onto the earth. Was she being abandoned? Her small body shook, face a mixture of shock and humiliation. Lin Xiao barked a laugh. Huo Yuhao, get out of my sight. He spat the words like a joke. You'd rather watch me kill Xiao Xiao than do something useful. I didn't know that was your hobby. Huo Yuhao's face burned with shame. He got up and left with Shu Sanqi and the others. Zhang Nanan kept glancing back, torn and unwilling, but she didn't step forward. They walked away in heavy silence. Finally, when their backs were far enough, Zhang Nanan's voice broke the quiet. Blaming him, mourning, but forgetting in that moment that she could have traded places if she'd truly wanted to. Walking beside the others, Huo Yuhao said nothing. Shu Sanqi and Hiketo were silent too, pretending the moment had never happened. Inside each of them was a small, private shame. When they were gone, Lin Xiao stepped over to the trembling Xiao Xiao, the snow empress at his side. Xiao Xiao looked up at him, eyes swollen from tears. Are you going to kill me now? She whispered, every syllable raw. There was resignation and something like pleading in her gaze. Lin Xiao shook his head slowly. No, I'm not going to kill you. You saw what Shrek is like? She asked, voice barely audible, half asking and half accusing. Lin Xiao's face was unreadable. I wanted to see, he said simply. Xiao Xiao wiped her tears with the back of her hand, not fully understanding his motive but nodding weakly. None of this would have happened if not for Yan Xiaozhe's interference. The chain of events that had put them into Lin Xiao's power had all started elsewhere. Still, she felt the sting of betrayal keenly. She had been the one chosen, abandoned like refuse by the ones she trusted. Lin Xiao did not kill her. He had only wanted to test them, to see how the people of Shrek would behave when everything was on the line. Xiao Xiao's chest heaved as she tried to steady her breathing. The knowledge that she had been the one sacrificed would not leave her quickly. Chapter 96, Jade Princess, Xiao Xiao. Lin Xiao looked down at Xiao Xiao. I'll give you two choices, he said. Come with me, or go back to Shrek and be abandoned and killed again. He watched her without expression. The choices sounded like two, but in truth there was only one way to survive. Xiao Xiao bit her lip and met his gaze. If she went back to Shrek, would they really spare her? She wasn't sure. After a moment she nodded. I'll go with you. There was nothing good about returning. She had already been discarded. Even if she went back, could things ever be the same? Would Yan Xiaozhe treat her differently? The fear of being abandoned again sat like a needle in her heart. She didn't blame Lin Xiao, not really. This whole mess had been started by Shrek. From beginning to end, only Yan Xiaozhe had been slapped. No one else had suffered. Of everyone in Shrek, only Xiao Xiao had shown any decency. Lin Xiao still held grudges even against Zhang Lexuan, but he wouldn't trust Xiao Xiao at once either. She'd been brainwashed by Shrek. Changing that would take time. Today, at least, he had planted a seed of doubt. Xiao Xiao hesitated. If you have something to say it, Lin Xiao urged. Xiao Xiao swallowed. If I chose to go back to Shrek, would you have killed me? Lin Xiao didn't hesitate. Yes. He would show no mercy to anyone from Shrek. Shrek is full of hypocrites who fear death and shirk responsibility. If I have the chance, I won't hold back. He didn't elaborate. There were things she wouldn't believe, even if he told her everything now. Xiao Xiao was about to argue, but his words made a terrible kind of sense. She couldn't find a reason to refute them. Snow Empress reached out and took Xiao Xiao's small hand. Xiao Xiao brushed away a tear and gripped it back. Lin Xiao watched in silence. Lin Xiao, let's go, Detian said, looking to him. Lin Xiao nodded, and under Detian's lead, the group moved to another place. On the other side, the Shrek members returned in sullen silence. They had expected Yan Xiaozhe to call reinforcements, but Shrek didn't mobilize. It made a grim sort of sense. Yan Xiaozhe had declared them dead, so officially no need to act. When Huo Yuhao and the others reported back, Yan Xiaozhe's face flickered between light and dark. He looked grim. That, however, was a problem for later. At Lin Xiao's place, BG was already waiting. She greeted them with mock surprise. Xiao Xiaozi, we haven't seen each other in months. You and Linger already have children? 2 of them, even, Linger teased. BG had even mistaken Xiao Xiao for Lin Xiao's child. Sister BG, this is Snow Empress, and this is Xiao Xiao. Don't be ridiculous. Xiao Linger grabbed BG's arm and hurriedly explained. She half expected Vina and the others to misunderstand again when they returned to the sect. Xiao Xiao held Snow Empress's hand tightly, afraid of being abandoned. Lin Xiao ruffled her hair. Don't be afraid. Now that you're with me, I won't leave you behind. Those words were unlike anything she'd heard at Shrek. She blinked and nodded. Senior BG, you can't say things like that, or Linger will come at me with her spear, Lin Xiao joked. BG smiled faintly. What? You can't even beat Linger. But why has Snow Empress become like this? I can't sense her aura at all. She's like an ordinary girl. Detian, who'd only glanced at Snow Empress before, began to investigate more carefully now. It really is Snow Empress. If I hadn't checked properly, I wouldn't have known. Someone had been masking Snow Empress's aura. Lin Xiao didn't say it was Old Yao. Old Yao was still in the undead semiplane and hadn't been hiding Snow Empress constantly, so Detian's detection made sense. Snow Empress was injured confronting her tribulation. She recovered a bit, but is still like this. Give it another 6 months, and she'll be fully herself again, Lin Xiao explained, leaving out that she'd been captured. Detian nodded. 2 of the 3 great heavenly kings of the far north were now by Lin Xiao's side. Choosing him had been the right move. Lin Xiao, we've decided. BG will return to the sect with you to learn about spirit tools, Detian announced. We spirit beasts need to change too. His gaze drifted toward the lake of life. The decision felt guided by that presence. Lin Xiao smiled. Congratulations, you made the right choice. Times are changing. The rise of spirit tools is unstoppable. If you don't keep up, you'll be crushed by progress. Detian agreed. He could see a future where spirit beasts stood as equals to humans instead of being at their mercy. Hurry back then. I'm waiting for BG to bring information on spirit tools, he said, laughing. No rush, senior. How about one more spirit ring? Lin Xiao asked with a roguish grin. He walked over to Xiao Xiao and pointed at her. Detian was speechless. This fellow always wanted spirit rings, for himself or someone else. Next time, pick another place to bother me, Detian said helplessly. Don't be like that. It's only a 10,000-year spirit beast ring, not a 100,000-year one, Lin Xiao replied, chuckling. He was only asking for a ring for Xiao Xiao. Since she had chosen to follow him, he wouldn't treat her badly, though if she ever betrayed him, he'd kill her with one palm. Lin, Lin Xiao, I only need 1,000-year one. I can't absorb a 10,000-year spirit ring, Xiao Xiao said sheepishly. Lin Xiao had exceeded her expectations in a way she'd never experienced at Shrek. If you're too weak, how can you show your face following me? Lin Xiao said simply. Xiao Xiao fell silent. Detian cut in. Hey, I haven't agreed yet. Lin Xiao waved him off. We're on the same side. No need for formalities. Detian rolled his eyes at his shameless friend, then looked at Xiao Xiao. Little girl, what kind of spirit ring do you need? Chapter 97, Xiangjun in a terrible state. Xiao Xiao still felt a little afraid of Detian. After all, this was the beast god who had once threatened to kill them. Now that his tone was so gentle, she wasn't used to it, and her words came out haltingly. I want a spirit ring that can strengthen my cauldron, she managed. Lin Xiao and the others couldn't help but smile. She was just too cute. Xiao Xiao, do you want to take the support route? Lin Xiao asked plainly. Xiao Xiao hesitated, then nodded and shook her head at the same time. I want to be a support, but I don't. Lin Xiao smiled. Without going through the Sea God Pavilion's secluded cultivation or a complete Soul Master competition, she hadn't formed such a clear view of herself. In the original timeline, Xiao Xiao had become a support-type spirit master mostly because the team needed one. Now that she'd left Shrek, she didn't have to force herself into that role. Finding what fit her best mattered more. Since you're unsure, don't force it, Lin Xiao said. Top-tier damage is the best support. A good support is one who kills the enemies so they don't hurt us. To take enemies down better, Xiao Xiao, pick a spirit ring with strong offensive capability, someone chimed in. Senior, give her a 10,000-year spirit ring from a dark golden terror claw bear, Lin Xiao declared with an unapologetic grin. The suggestion drew a collective intake of breath. Detian rolled his eyes so hard it was almost audible. Seriously, outrageous. Lin Xiao, how can you be so shameless? He said, disbelieving. A dark golden terror claw bear and 10,000 years? You can't possibly be serious. Lin Xiao chuckled. I know how precious a dark golden terror claw bear is. How about a 5,000-year one then? Detian finally conceded, helpless. Fine, but don't come crying to me if Bear Lord decides to teach you a lesson later. Would Senior Bear Lord bully the little guy? Lin Xiao replied, playing along. Once I become a titled Douluo, I'll challenge him. Oh, is that so? Human brat, then I'll wait, someone rumbled from above. A massive shadow fell over them. The Snow Empress squealed with delight. It's Big Berry! She slipped from Xiao Xiao's hand and ran straight to the figure's feet, stepping on them with glee. Bear Lord even softened the fur where she stepped. Xiao Xiao froze and scampered behind Lin Xiao, peeking out cautiously. Lin Xiao looked up and found himself staring at a colossal presence, majestic, intimidating, an aura that rolled off him in frightening waves. He hadn't expected Bear Lord to show up here. Once I'm a titled Douluo, you and I shall fight, Lin Xiao said without hesitation, his confidence steady. Bear Lord laughed, a booming sound that scattered birds and beasts. He shifted into human form, a burly, rugged man with a presence that still felt enormous. Human brat, Bear Lord, usually don't like humans, but you suit my taste. I'll wait until you're a titled Douluo to see what you can do. I can give you the spirit ring, but if you come off worse against me then, don't go crying to Detian that I'm bullying you. Lin Xiao laughed. Ha ha ha, all right, Senior Bear Lord, don't hold back. If you ask me to hold back, I'd look down on you, Bear Lord said, clapping Lin Xiao on the shoulder. His strength was palpable. The gesture shook the air slightly. Brat, I heard Detian mention you have some spirit soul method. Since they're my clansmen, I don't want them to truly die. Use that spirit soul method of yours. Bear Lord's care for his clansmen showed through. Lin Xiao nodded. The request wasn't hard to accept. Don't worry, Senior. I understand. A short while later, Bear Lord presented a dark golden terror claw bear spirit ring, 5,000 years old, not 10. Brat, 5,000 years is enough for this little girl. I don't have many 10,000-year clansmen to spare, he explained. If it had been 10,000 years, he said, he would feel the loss deeply. Thank you, Senior, Lin Xiao said. Xiao Xiao, come here, Lin Xiao called. She approached cautiously and looked up at the great bear with awe. The thank you, Senior, she whispered. With Lin Xiao's guidance, Xiao Xiao absorbed the spirit ring. The bear transformed into a soul spirit and merged into her spirit ring. Her soul power shot up instantly to rank 33, a huge leap. Following Lin Xiao's instructions, she summoned the soul spirit, a small bear, and stroked it fondly. The Snow Empress bounded over to join in, and soon the little scene was full of laughter and play. As they watched, Electrolux's voice sounded in Lin Xiao's mind. Xiao Xiaozi, the undead semiplane is ready. Go take a look once you return to the sect. Lin Xiao's face brightened. The undead semiplane had changed. He composed himself and turned to Xiao Xiao, wanting information about Shrek. A lot of time had passed. Shrek would be different now, and Lin Xiao didn't want things to slip out of his control. Xiao Xiao, before the Soul Master competition, you were targeted by evil Soul Masters. Was Huo Yuhao injured? He asked. Xiao Xiao shuddered, as if the scene were still before her. Class, Huo Yuhao, he lost a leg. 3 seniors died in that battle. Later, Senior Ling Luochen died too, she added, recounting with a lingering fear. Even with Xuanzi there, they hadn't survived. Ling Luochen is dead? Lin Xiao asked, thinking hard. He'd known about the deaths of Gongyang Mo, Chen Zifeng, and Yao Haoshuan, but this was worse. Xiao Xiao hesitated, then said, Senior Ling Luochen died saving Senior Ma Xiao Tao. Saving Ma Xiao Tao? Lin Xiao's mind flashed to that girl, who had been suppressed by 2 licking beasts. How could her evil fire still erupt? The question lingered, heavy and unsettling, as the forest settled around them and the small bear curled contentedly in Xiao Xiao's lap. Chapter 98. Ling Luochen exploded. During the Soul Master competition, Ma Xiaotao's evil fire had flared up because Xiao Hongchen provoked her. At the time, with 2 licking beasts suppressing it, she should have been able to hold on for a while. But according to what Xiao Xiao said now, Ma Xiaotao's evil fire had broken out, and Ling Luochen had died because of it. Lin Xiao remembered that in the original timeline, Yan Xiaojie had ordered Ling Luochen to suppress Ma Xiaotao's evil fire no matter what. Of course, Lin Xiao suspected Yan Xiaojie was responsible. It was Yan Xiaojie who sent Ling Luochen to suppress the evil fire for Ma Xiaotao, wasn't it? Lin Xiao asked flatly. Xiao Xiao looked puzzled. Eh? How did you know? I only heard about it later from Bei Bei and the others. Lin Xiao didn't bother to explain. He only asked, how exactly did she die? Xiao Xiao recounted what she knew, and from her account Lin Xiao pieced the rest together. For the past 6 months, Shrek had been trying to rebuild after being suppressed by the 2 great powers. The defeat in the Soul Master competition and the news of Huo Yuhao's broken leg had cast a long shadow over the academy. When Ma Xiaotao woke and learned these things, the gloom inside her exploded into rage. If Yan Xiaojie hadn't discovered it in time, Ma Xiaotao might have rampaged through Shrek. Yan knocked Ma Xiaotao unconscious and went to find Ling Luochen. But Ling Luochen's current strength was no longer enough to keep Ma Xiaotao's evil fire suppressed. Even Huo Yuhao's help wouldn't be enough. Luochen, didn't you win a spirit bone at an auction in the Star Luo Empire? Yan said. If you absorb this spirit bone, your power will increase. You'll be stronger against Xiaotao's evil fire. I'll go get that spirit bone for you. Yan Xiaojie had thought of the Ice Jade Scorpion spirit bone. Ling Luochen had always fancied that spirit bone, but because she hadn't paid for it at the auction, it still technically belonged to the academy. She could only obtain it through merit. Now, with a chance put right in front of her, she couldn't refuse. Temptation won. Ling Luochen accepted. Soon Yan brought the spirit bone over. Luochen, absorb it quickly. Xiaotao is still waiting. Ling Luochen took it, eyes bright. Thank you, Dean. Yan didn't respond. His gaze never left Ma Xiaotao. To him, Ling Luochen was simply a tool to handle the evil fire. She could never compare to Ma Xiaotao. Had it not been for Ma Xiaotao's need, he would never have handed over a spirit bone. Ling Luochen didn't care about Yan's attitude. She had the spirit bone now. She sat down and placed it on her left arm. It was a left arm bone. When she allowed the spirit bone to enter, intense pain followed, but she pushed through it, absorbing the bone with everything she had. What neither Ling Luochen, nor Yan Xiaojie, nor anyone at Shrek knew was that this particular spirit bone could only be properly absorbed by someone with the ultimate ice attribute. Ling Luochen's ice was ordinary, nowhere near ultimate ice. Absorbing the spirit bone was effectively courting destruction. As she refined it, the pain on her face worsened. The terrifying cold inside the spirit bone seeped relentlessly into her body. Her organs, meridians, and blood began to freeze. Her own ice couldn't suppress the spirit bone. Instead, it was overwhelmed and eroded by it. Boom! A sudden, horrifying explosion ripped through the area beside Yan Xiaojie. Ling Luochen detonated. She didn't simply die. She burst apart into countless frozen pieces. Her blood and flesh had frozen solid, and when they blew apart, they scattered as shards of ice and flesh. The only thing left were countless ice blocks where she had been. Yan Xiaojie stared in stunned silence. Where had Ling Luochen gone? Where had that sizable young woman disappeared to? By the time he fully reacted, it was too late. Ling Luochen was dead, utterly, irreversibly dead. She had exploded because of absorbing the spirit bone. The left arm bone lay intact where she had been. Yan was at a loss. He had not expected Ling Luochen to die. He immediately went to the Star Luo Empire to demand an explanation. The Star Luo Empire later compensated them with another spirit bone to settle the matter. As for Ling Luochen's remains and the aftermath, Yan Xiaojie didn't bother. She was dead, and it wasn't his responsibility to handle every consequence. After this incident, among the original 7 Inner Academy disciples, only 3 remained: Ma Xiaotao, Da Yueheng, and Qi Shi. Xiao Xiao didn't know the whole story. Her retelling had gaps. Lin Xiao put together the pieces and judged that the facts were likely as he'd inferred. The death of Ling Luochen made Ma Xiaotao's evil fire even more violent. Ma Xiaotao is still being suppressed now, and I'm not very clear on the specifics, Xiao Xiao admitted. Lin Xiao said nothing for a moment. He thought Shrek deserved what had happened. With the 2 great powers pressing down on them, their internal problems, their arrogance, the consequences were inevitable. I suspect it won't be long before you see Ma Xiaotao again, he said finally. He predicted that once Ma Xiaotao learned Ling Luochen had died trying to suppress the evil fire on her behalf, the evil fire would break loose completely. Whether anyone could stop it then was another matter. Ah? Is she leaving Shrek? Xiao Xiao's eyes widened. Lin Xiao smiled faintly. She's going to become an evil spirit master. The words struck Xiao Xiao like a blow. She had experienced the terror of evil spirit masters before and didn't want to go through it again. Not just her. Tang Ya has become an evil spirit master too, Lin Xiao added. Xiao Xiao's surprise deepened. Both of the saintesses of the Holy Spirit cult had been trained at Shrek. It was a bitter irony. Shrek, a place that specialized in cultivating beasts, had also produced 2 evil spirit masters. Lin Xiao, is everything you said true? She asked, incredulous. Will Tang Ya really become an evil spirit master? Xiao Xiao could accept Ma Xiaotao's fate, but Tang Ya? Blue silver grass had no evil attribute. It didn't make sense. Lin Xiao gave no long explanation. Even Yan Xiaozhi was the child of an evil spirit master leader. Was it so surprising that his disciple would walk the same path? The Academy's connections and compromises had always steered many choices for them. Chapter 99. Shrek and dogs are not allowed. Lin Xiao's words stunned Xiao Xiao. He sounded so certain there was no trace of doubt. She wanted to ask more, but he wasn't going to say another word. He had gotten what he wanted. The rest no longer mattered. Everything at Shrek seemed to be unfolding as before. According to the original timeline, Huo Yuhao would head to the Sun Moon Empire for an exchange when he was a little over 14, by which time Muen would already be dead. P.S. In chapter 219 of the original novel, it says Huo Yuhao was already over 14 when he went to the Sun Moon Empire. By that calculation, there was just over a year left. Huo Yuhao had competed in the Soul Master competition at 12, reached level 40 at 14, and then gone abroad. So much changed in 2 short years. It had only been half a year since the Soul Master competition ended. Lin Xiao, meanwhile, was already level 50, 1 spirit ring away from advancing to Spirit King. Could he become a titled Douluo by the competition 5 years from now? Maybe. Even if he fell short, he could likely suppress a titled Douluo. His plan was simple: make destroying Xiaoling his mission and work toward it relentlessly. Lin Xiao looked at Ditian and the others, then at Xiao Xiao. Senior Ditian, it's time for us to head back. Ditian didn't try to detain them. Go. I'll wait here for your good news. BG, study hard, he added. BG smiled sweetly. She hadn't expected to keep studying at her age, but she was willing. Anything that helped Spirit Beast development was good. Ditian's words made Lin Xiao chuckle. Study hard? The phrase felt nostalgically out of date. Kid Lin, I look forward to our next fight, Xiangjun said, patting Lin Xiao on the shoulder before striding off with a booming laugh. Lin Xiao knew he was a battle fanatic. After all, he had a body martial soul and wouldn't be weak. Xiao Xiaozi, which way? Biji, in a jade green gown, looked at Lin Xiao. She really wanted to go out for a walk. Lin Xiao pointed left and picked up the Snow Empress. This way. Xiao Xiao walked beside Linger, cautious. The five of them traveled slowly, taking nearly half a month to return to the body sect's main gate. A tall woman leaned against a stone statue there, apparently waiting for someone. When she saw them, she hurried over. As she drew closer, Lin Xiao's face registered surprise. How did she find them here? Zhang Lexuan, what are you doing here? He blurted. The woman was Shrek's eldest senior sister, Zhang Lexuan, the very person Lin Xiao had almost killed back in the Stardo Great Forest. Hearing the name stirred something familiar in Xiao Xiao's mind. Zhang Lexuan met Lin Xiao and spoke softly. I came to find you. Lin Xiao was puzzled. Find me? How did you even know I was here? I didn't tell anyone my location. I searched for a long time, she said. Later Meng and Xiao heard about it, and the description sounded like you. They told me about what happened in the Heavenly Soul Empire, and I finally tracked you down. Lin Xiao understood. Seems you did well in the Sun Moon Empire. So why come find me? And why don't you go inside? Zhang Lexuan asked. She looked as if she'd been waiting a long time. She pointed to a stone statue by the gate. Lin Xiao and the others walked over and saw a sign on it. Shrek and dogs are not allowed inside. Lin Xiao didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Teacher, Dubusi really has a way with words, he muttered helplessly. Then he looked at Zhang Lexuan. So, are you with Shrek or are you a dog? Zhang Lexuan fidgeted. I haven't left Shrek yet. Lin Xiao smacked his forehead. She was truly poisoned by Shrek's influence. So you came because you don't want to go back to Shrek, but you don't feel comfortable in the Sun Moon Empire either? Zhang Lexuan nodded. That was exactly it. She'd rushed over as soon as she heard news of Lin Xiao. Lin Xiao was speechless. He should have finished her off back then. Now trouble had come knocking. You saw the sign. Shrek and dogs are not allowed inside, he said. Either you leave Shrek like Xiao Xiao did, and I might reluctantly let you in. If not, don't block the gate. My body sect isn't lacking dormant. With that, he crouched down to play with the Snow Empress and ignored her. From his words, Zhang Lexuan inferred the important part. Xiao Xiao had left Shrek. She looked the girl over. She seemed to have the lowest cultivation among them. Xiao, why did you leave Shrek? Zhang Lexuan asked, disbelief plain on her face. Xiao Xiao's expression fell. She looked dejected. You're the Inner Academy's eldest senior sister, right? Xiao Xiao had remembered. Zhang Lexuan was Shrek's eldest senior sister, a formidable figure with 8 rings and a 100,000-year ring. Zhang Lexuan nodded, and Xiao Xiao suddenly threw herself into her arms and burst into tears, pouring out everything that had happened. When Zhang Lexuan finished listening, she sighed deeply. That place, I don't even recognize it anymore. Or maybe I never really knew it, she murmured, stroking Xiao Xiao's head. Leaving was probably the right choice. Just follow Lin Xiao from now on. Her opinion of Shrek had dropped again. Xiao Xiao nodded. She understood. Once she chose to follow Lin Xiao, there was no turning back. She couldn't go back to Shrek, and she didn't want to. The feeling of being abandoned hurt. Lin Xiao interjected coolly. I say, Zhang Lexuan, stop delaying us. We need to get back and eat. Zhang Lexuan clenched her fists. He was still as insufferable as ever. Xiao Xiao went to Lin Xiao's side. Lin Xiao, why don't you let Sister Lexuan come with us? Lin Xiao shook his head. Leave Shrek, and I'll let her in. If not, don't bother. He picked up the Snow Empress, called to Linger and Biji, and walked straight into the sect. Xiao Xiao, when you've finished catching up, remember to come back. Zhang Lexuan called after them. Once they were a good distance away, Zhang Lexuan ground her teeth. That annoying man is still unbearable. Sister Lexuan, why don't you leave Shrek too? Xiao Xiao asked softly, taking her hand. I don't know exactly what happened to you, but it must have been terrible. Zhang Lexuan looked between the body sect and Xiao Xiao, and for the first time she felt a possibility of relief in leaving Shrek. She thought for a moment, then nodded seriously. All right, Chapter 100. We're going to conquer the realm of gods. A smile appeared on Xiao Xiao's face as well. Even the eldest senior sister had left Shrek. It seemed Lin Xiao's decision had been the right one. The two of them stepped through the gates of the body sect. The moment they entered, their auras shifted. The previous worry and anxiety vanished. Lin Xiao had already reached the mountaintop, and the Snow Empress in his arms had quietly fallen asleep. 3 now. Xiao Linger, sitting beside Lin Xiao, let the remark drop casually. Lin Xiao turned puzzled and saw Linger's face was unusually serious. No joke. 1 Snow Empress, 1 Xiao Xiao, and 1 Zhang Lexuan. It really added up. Before Lin Xiao could respond, BG, who stood nearby, chimed in with a laugh. Hey, is our Linger jealous? Am I one of those 3 too? BG teased. Xiao Linger's face flushed. Sister BG, that's too much. Lin Xiao smiled faintly. Didn't they follow me here? Xiao Linger turned her head away, pretending not to want to deal with him. Lin Xiao and BG chuckled. This shy side of Linger was rare. Soon, Xiao Xiao and Zhang Lexuan arrived. Lin Xiao's smile grew knowing. It would be amusing to bring Zhang Lexuan and Xiao Xiao to Muen's funeral feast later. The thought alone thrilled him. Before they reached Lin Xiao, Dubuzi came over. Hey, Xiao Xiao, now that you're back at the sect, why not come inside? Dubuzi looked put together but slightly resentful. The others were waiting for Lin Xiao, yet he wasn't in a hurry. Lin Xiao chuckled. Teacher, let me introduce you. This is BG, an existence comparable to a limit Douluo. When Dubuzi heard the name BG, his mind nearly exploded. BG, the Emerald Swan BG, one of the 10 great savage beasts. You are. Dubuzi's eyes widened, staring at BG in disbelief. Lin Xiao nodded. Teacher, exactly as you think. Dubuzi drew a deep breath, scarcely believing it. Are you really her? He asked. BG nodded and spoke softly. I am indeed the one from the Star Do Great Forest. From now on, please give me your guidance, Sect Master Du. Dubuzi secretly gave Lin Xiao a thumbs up. Well done. If only Detian could be brought over too. This young man had accomplished something major without fanfare. Miss BG, I look forward to your guidance. Dubuzi was delighted and welcomed her warmly. When Dubuzi saw Zhang Lexuan, his brow twitched. Xiao Xiao, that one from Shrek, how about I simply kill her? Zhang Lexuan, newly arrived, stiffened at the threat. Xiao Xiao wasn't afraid. She gently squeezed Zhang Lexuan's hand to reassure her. Lin Xiao said calmly, Teacher, stop scaring her. She's already left Shrek. Oh, left Shrek? A prodigal returning home. Not bad. Dubuzi's tone did a complete reversal. If you're no longer from Shrek, then the body sect welcomes you. Zhang Lexuan's mouth twitched. Dubuzi was so fickle. Smiling, Dubuzi led the group toward the council hall, where several elders and Long Aoqian were already waiting. He didn't allow Zhang Lexuan and Xiao Xiao into the hall, however. Instead, he had them taken to Lin Xiao's residence to settle in first. They didn't object. It was a chance to talk properly. Inside the council hall, Dubuzi gave BG a grand introduction. After discussion, BG became the body sect's great elder, a result of his negotiations with Lin Xiao. Later, BG also took the position of dean of the body sect's Soul Tool Academy. With BG's strength and Lin Xiao and Dubuzi's backing, no one objected. On the contrary, they were proud the sect had gained another powerhouse. The body sect's strength had just risen again. Linger, show the great elder around the body sect, Dubuzi said. Great elder, build a new manor to your liking. Dubuzi was in high spirits and did his best to accommodate BG. The other elders dispersed, leaving only a few behind. The sect master can attend to his affairs. Linger accompanying me is enough, BG said with a gentle, beautiful smile. Dubuzi laughed. Good. You two go for a walk. Lin Xiao and I have some matters to handle. Lin Xiao nodded and followed Dubuzi out. BG and Xiao Linger, carrying the sleeping Snow Empress, began touring the body sect. Lin Xiao and Dubuzi went to the place where Lin Xiao cultivated in seclusion, on the back mountain. It was quiet, only the two of them. Lin Xiao looked at Dubuzi, raised his hand, and traced a circle in the air beside him. A black magic circle shimmered into being, dark light tearing at the space, and a portal of black luminescence opened beside Dubuzi. Dubuzi's eyes widened. What kind of spirit ability was this? Teacher, this isn't a spirit ability, Lin Xiao said. It's magic, taught to me by my other teacher. Come, let's go inside. Debussy nodded, growing more and more curious about Lin Xiao's other teacher. Inside the undead semiplane, old Yao and Electrolux were already waiting. As soon as they arrived, the two were seen. The atmosphere of the undead semiplane was colder now, no longer merely deathly and terrifying, but carrying a crisp, controlled chill. "Brother Chen," Debussy called respectfully, then turned his gaze to the elegantly dressed man standing nearby. "This one." Debussy hesitated, unsure how to address him. Electrolux smiled slightly. "Busy, I am the holy necromancer, Electrolux." "See, Brother C." Debussy scratched his head and blurted out an awkward title. "Brother C didn't sit right. Call me Brother Yi." "Brother C doesn't sound good," Electrolux corrected. Debussy nodded and smiled. "Brother Yi." The three exchanged greetings and considered themselves acquainted. "Master Electrolux, bring out Xiaoling's divine sense," Lin Xiao requested. Electrolux reached out, and a divine sense shaped like a tiny person materialized before them. Xiao, who did you say this is?" "Xiaoling?" Debussy asked. "That sea god Xiaoling from Shrek?" Debussy's body trembled. They had actually captured Xiaoling's divine sense. The presence Lin Xiao had provoked at the Ice and Fire Yin-Yang well was Xiaoling's divine sense all along. He had actually gone to taunt Xiaoling. Was he really that brave? Lin Xiao smiled slightly. "Teacher, don't worry. This world belongs to us. Here, even the God King Xiaoling cannot detect anything. And it's only Xiaoling's divine sense. In the future, we're going to attack the divine realm. A mere divine sense isn't anything to worry about." Debussy stood stunned for a moment. Attack the divine realm? Thrilling and terrifying at once, but he liked it. Xiao, since we've captured Xiaoling's divine sense, it's already a fight to the death. "You must grow fast," he added. Debussy realized the key to all of this lay with Lin Xiao. For Debussy, becoming a god himself was difficult. His hopes now rested squarely on Lin Xiao.